Hey, so can you hear me? Everything working? Yeah. Anyway, I actually started up my PC today, and I was like, oh yeah, let me just make sure that my audio settings are working. And I went in, and it basically disconnected. Yeah, it disconnected my microphone. So I was thinking, what? Are you serious? Terrible. So hopefully you can actually hear me. Yeah, I have no idea, but hopefully one of you will respond and actually let me know. But yeah, whatever the case, we are here at Kuyaz because what we're actually going to plan on doing today is we're going to do a little caravan ambush. Ah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Flashman. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm just going to pop out the chat real quick so that I can actually see it. There we go. Yes, Tim, thank you. Thank you very much for letting me know about that. All right. So yes. Anyway, we're here at Kuyaz. In the previous stream, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go down to Aserai territory because I actually really like Aserai territory. Surprisingly enough, I don't know. I said in the previous stream as well that the Aserai are basically one of my favorite factions. It's actually weird because I don't really play with them that much. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna have to do that a little bit more often in a future series or something like that. But whatever the case, let's do this. And I do have a pretty, I'm not going to say good army, but I do have an army. Yes, I guess we can kind of call it that. I do have a couple of legionaries actually. Oh, that's surprising. Didn't really expect that, but whatever the case, let me see if I can ransom my prisoners. I'm actually going to do that straight away because I have a bunch of ransackers from previous quests. And we're going to need to make sure that this is a little bit freed up because I'm obviously going to be fighting some bandits. Hey, Luna. Hey, Luna. 4:52 a.m. here. Oh, wow. Where are you in the world, if I can ask that? Because that's quite a bit ahead. That's quite a bit ahead of where I am. I'm not entirely sure. Where would that be? It's like Finland or something? Maybe Finland? I don't actually know, but... yeah, I'm glad to see you here because I remember you from the previous stream yesterday. So there you go. Anyway, let me see if I can actually follow these guys. I've got to be a little bit careful here because I don't want to follow a bit too closely, but we do need to follow enough so that you know, they can actually interact with the bandits. And you're Turkish. Okay, wonderful. And I've been watching your videos for years. Oh, that is so nice of you. Thank you very much. I'm super glad to hear that actually, because it, you know, I don't know what it is, but whenever I hear something like that, I'm always overjoyed because it means that at least I'm doing something right. You know, if I'm keeping people's attention, then I'm doing something right. You know, very very much appreciate that. T Dunbar, hey, it's good to see you again. And yeah, glad to see another stream so soon. Yeah, no, you don't have to thank me. I'm just enjoying myself. You know, that's the point. I'm just enjoying interacting with you and the other people in the chat and everything. It's always super fun. All right, so here we go. We're actually... Oh, it's Desert Bandits. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Wait a minute. Are they just ransackers? They're probably just... Oh, no. Wait. Are they just ransackers? Let me have a look. Yeah, they are just... Okay, they are just ransackers. All right. I have a question before we go in here. I've always wondered how many hours you have in Bannerlord and Warband, says Flashman. Alright, so in Warband, I think I have over 2,000. I think I have over 2,000 or 2,500 or something like that. And it's not, no, I gotta say, it's not 34,000, even though that would be very impressive. That would be very impressive indeed. But yeah, it's... yeah, so I have around 2,500, I think. Bear in mind that I did leave the game on for a little bit of time in some idle settings. So, you know, if I went away from the PC or something like that, then yeah. So in Warband, I have close to 2,500, I think. I could maybe have that. I'm not sure. It's been some time since I have looked at the playtimes, I've got to admit. So it might be that I have less or more than that. I don't know, but around that. And in Bannerlord, I have close to 1,000, I think. Maybe somewhere around there. So yeah, that's basically it. So like what, 3,500 total, I guess, somewhere around there. Is there any way you prefer Warband over Bannerlord, says Luna? Yes, there are a couple of reasons why I really like Warband, because I'm not sure if it's just nostalgia. It might be nostalgia, but I don't think I'm looking at the game with rose-tinted spectacles. I don't think I am looking at Warband like that. I really like the game, don't get me wrong, I really like the game, but I'm not looking at it with that kind of nostalgic view. So I think I can kind of stand back and I can appreciate it for what it is, because it's not a perfect game, that's for sure. Warband isn't a perfect game, but it is amazing for what it does, considering it is so old now, and you know, the engine and everything, you know, is very outdated in comparison to Bannerlord. But you've also got to bear in mind that this was done by a small-ish team at the time. You know, Warband was done by a pretty small team, and it was, I mean, the way that they did it was incredibly cool, and the fact that they included mod support was just a stroke of genius, because that allowed the community, which is very passionate, to take the I don't want to call it a skeleton, because it's not really a skeleton, because native, while it does lack features, is not really a skeleton, so to speak. But anyway, they took the body of the game and they ran with it, and they created so many amazing works, you know, for example, Pendor and Star Wars Conquest, Warsword Conquest, all that stuff, just absolutely amazing. So, you know, that really made a huge difference to the overall playability of Warband. But yeah, I mean, that's the point. There are a number of things, as I say, that are, in my opinion, more fun. And I'm not sure, that's the thing, I'm not sure what they could be. I think some of the skills, I actually think I really enjoy some of the skills more in Warband than I do in Bannerlord. I do very much like the way that we level up in Bannerlord. I think the way that, you know, they've adopted the kind of like Elder Scrolls way of doing things, where you use skills and then you level up faster. I think that's great. You know, being able to use a skill and then level that up as you use it. I really like that system, rather than being given experience points per kill. Although, to be fair, that system is actually not terribly bad, because that actually makes things a lot easier in some aspects, because you're thinking to yourself, okay, I just need to get massive amounts of kills to be able to level up. Whereas in Bannerlord, it's kind of like, well, you just do whatever, and you just hope that you gain a level or two in certain battles. But yeah, I gotta say, I prefer. Let me see here. If they actually combined the two skill systems, so Warband could, shall we say, gain progression with your character without getting kills, I think that would be fantastic. And then they added the availability of perks and things like that over to Warband. I think that would actually be really, really fun too. But I don't know. But as I say, I think Warband is pretty fantastic as it is. But obviously, it is showing its age now. Anyway, there we go. We actually did defeat them. I'm spending 1,500 to upgrade my units? What? Okay, that's kind of crazy. Anyway, yeah, so Luna, there you go. I'm not sure if that really answered your question, but there you go. Ivan, hello there. Is Milord going on a campaign, you say? Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm doing you know, a couple of caravan ambushes here. And at the end of the previous stream, we actually did a village raid. Yeah, we actually raided a village, because I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to get some roguery skill. And yeah, that actually did pretty nicely for us. I might actually have to attack a couple of caravans, potentially. That might be kind of cool as well. Yeah. Justin says, I love Bannerlord, but there's just something that makes it feel more empty than Warband. Yeah, you know what? I think that might be because the map is really large in comparison. Not sure. I mean, if you zoom out here, you can't even get the whole thing on one screen. So I assume that is probably the case. I assume it's just because it feels a little bit more confined to play in the Warband, in Calradia's Warband. Warband's Calradia. If I can actually speak properly, that would be wonderful. But yes, anyway, that is kind of, yeah, that's kind of to be expected, I suppose. But I do have to say that I really like the way that they have taken the factions, because obviously this is literally a this is like a prequel, you know. This is like a prequel of Warband, and it's you know, earlier in the timeline and so on. But you know, I think that's I think it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting to see where, you know, Calradia went afterwards. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it would have been cool to see the future a little bit more, but I understand that they wanted to go further back so they didn't have to implement guns, because guns in Fire and Sword were very harsh. Let's just say it's gonna be difficult. Anyway, I'm getting behind. I'm getting behind on the questions. Oh no. Okay. Justin says the Warband scripting for mods seems to be way better. Oh, I wouldn't know about that, unfortunately. I'm very, I am not very good at modding in general. Spook says, man, I missed the last stream. I had to catch up using the VOD. Loving the series. Ah, thank you very much. I very much appreciate that, and I'm glad to see you here. Let me see now. I love Bannerlord, but it feels weird when you join a tournament with your wife in your party and you get to fight you're pregnant. But, oh no, that is terrible. Oh yeah. I mean, that's the point. I don't know. I think in general, Luna, I'm not sure. Maybe they should be excluded. I don't know. Maybe they should be excluded from the tournament or something like that, just for politeness or something. I don't really know, but for me personally, I think that most of the vassals. I think there was a previous stream where people were talking about the best wives in terms of the statistics, and apparently Svanna came out way ahead of a lot of other people. So, for example, if I were to go here. This is her. She's currently married to someone, but obviously if you wanted to, you could find her spouse and then you could execute him if you wanted to, and then you could marry her. But she has amazing skills, as you can see right here. She has really, really good skills. So if you're looking for someone that is potential courtship, then apparently, according to people, you know, she's a good option. But yeah, that could be kind of fun. Anyway, let me see what else is going on here. On another note, I finally hit 1,000 hours in Bannerlord today. Ah, look at that, Spooks. Yeah, nice. Doxed? Is that how you say your name? Doxed? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I missed your first comment as well. You said, hey there, Reformist. I've been watching you since Viking Conquest. How are you doing, my friend? I'm actually doing okay right now. Yeah, a little bit cold, but I'm hoping that I'm gonna, you know, get a little bit warmer on the stream here. And interact and have some fun. And yeah, otherwise, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. And you actually had another question here. When, if ever, do you reload in your campaigns? Okay, that is literally the only time that I will do that is if something has happened, like for example a technical problem that has caused some kind of issue, some kind of almost irreversible issue. Not really irreversible, but you know what I mean. Something that is causing a huge hiccup in the series that is not my fault. Something like that, because I personally would love to try and avoid any technical issues causing the stream to go, causing the series to go in a direction that I wouldn't necessarily want it to go in. Yeah, so something that's out of my control. That's usually when I will reload. Yeah. That's pretty much it, I guess. I don't think... I mean, maybe I used to do a little bit of reloading. Yeah, basically... Yeah, exactly. A bug. For example, something like that. NDLD? Yes. NDLD? Yeah, absolutely. Something like a bug or a crash or something like that. Because that's the thing. I actually had to turn on autosave to 10-minute intervals because I had a crash in... the second episode of this stream series, I guess you could kind of call it, and I was shocked, to be honest. I was shocked because I only had one mod installed at the time, so I was thinking, what? Surely it can't be the mods that are causing the crash. And then I had to. It literally went all the way back, and I had a lot of progression lost. So that's the reason why I changed the autosave interval. But yeah, there you go. Hopefully that answered your question, Doxed, if that's how you say your name. Dingus says, have you played any Paradox games, or do you have any plans to play games like Crusader Kings 3 or Victoria 3? Okay, yeah, I mean, that's the point. I'd love to, Dingus, okay? I would love to. I think that those games are amazing. I think that they are super, super fun. I'm more specifically referring to Crusader Kings 3 here because I don't actually have a huge amount of knowledge about Victoria 3 at all, or that game series. So yeah, I'm mostly thinking about Crusader Kings when I say that. But it is very in depth. I did think I think I got a question about this in a previous stream, and I was well, I basically said the same thing, where it's very in depth and quite difficult for someone like me to actually, you know, get a handle on things. So that is mostly the reason why I haven't played it already. I absolutely love the concept, and I love the way that they have all the political intrigue and how all the events happen and everything. I'd love to have that kind of system in Bannerlord, actually, because having that kind of political intrigue, as I say, would dramatically increase the overall enjoyment. You know, having people try to backstab you, and, you know, having, I don't know, your spouse go off somewhere and have an affair or whatever, and have your minister try to assassinate you or something. You know, these kinds of things would add a lot more flavor and a lot more dynamicism to Bannerlord itself. But obviously, yeah. Anyway, do I have any plans to play them? I would love to play Crusader Kings 3, but as I say, it might be more, shall we say, it might be more frustrating for you than anything else. Because, let's face it, I'm not very good, let's just say that. Anyway, I'm just going to ransom my prisoners real quick here. I actually tried to fight that caravan, as you could see, but unfortunately, I am too slow. I don't have enough horses. Yes, I don't have enough horses. Oh, there is a mod that merges Bannerlord's battle system with Crusader Kings politics called Crusader Blade. Is that a mod for Bannerlord? Really? Is that a mod for Bannerlord, or is that a mod for Crusader Kings? Because if that's a mod for Crusader Kings, that's pretty incredible. But same thing for if it's a mod for Bannerlord, actually. So yeah, that sounds fantastic, Dingus. Actually, that sounds really fun. Kanana Banana says, it's crazy how well you can talk on and on with a nice vocabulary too. Oh, well, I've had a lot of practice. I generally just, you know, I talk. I get, you know, every other day, I go into my comments and have a look if I need to reply to anyone. You know, heart a couple of people and so on and so forth. And I go into my comments and I see someone said, oh, this guy, he talks way too much. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah. That's me. Yeah, I talk way too much. Yeah, indeed. So yeah, I appreciate it. Actually, I appreciate it. I assume that's a compliment. So thank you. Yeah. Otherwise, Luna says it makes me sad Botania as a culture will cease to exist in the future of Calradia. Oh yeah, that's actually true, isn't it? I mean, I think they don't they become. They kind of split off, don't they? They kind of split off and they become kind of like a. I don't know, they kind of go into two different directions. One, they become the Rhodoks, right? They're a little bit Rhodoks and they're a little bit Vaegirs. Not entirely sure. But their culture absolutely will be completely dissolved by the looks of things, which is kind of sad. But we have no idea what actually happens in the hundreds of years in between. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway. Might need to boot up the game again to to get knocked up. Oh, you're talking about that. Okay, yeah, I understand. Zero, hey, yeah, you said hey there. Nice to see another stream. Yeah, I'm back. I'm a little bit addicted to streaming and interacting with everyone. I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I'm not entirely sure, but I am very much enjoying it. I'm glad to see you here again, Zero. T Dunbar says, how much do you all weigh the culture of your spouse in marriage consideration? Or is quick children a higher priority? I'm not. I don't know. I mean, generally, you're not. You're obviously not. You're not only asking me, right? You're not only asking me. You're asking everyone. So I'm sure people will chime in with their own opinion on that. But for me personally, I don't really. I don't really look at the culture that much. What I look at more is... Oh, I want to fight these guys. Oh, there's no way I'm going to catch up to this guy in a million years, right? He's way too fast. Isn't he? Isn't he way too fast? Surely. I need to get rid of some people. I'm actually going to get rid of some of my Botanian volunteers here because I need to go quite fast. Let me see if I... Yes, I'm at 4.8 now, so I can actually catch this guy. Alright, that's going to be fantastic. Anyway, getting back to your question. Personally, for me, I always look at the statistics of the potential spouse. That's it. That's usually what I look at. And I might look at their traits as well, but that is very much secondary. Traits don't really do much as far as I can tell. Whereas I would basically just ignore the culture for the most part, I guess. I'm not sure. Does that make a difference? Would that actually make a difference? I don't know whether the culture really has that much of an impact, but if it does, well then maybe I'm making a huge error sometimes. We'll see. Anyway, hey Tyler, love the videos, man. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm glad to see you here. Yeah, hopefully you'll join us for another stream in the future. Doxed says you pronounce it as it should. Oh, great. Okay, I'm pleased because usually, oh, you know me. If you've been watching me for a while, my pronunciation of certain names, oh no, just get me out of there. I'm pretty terrible. Anyway, you say, well, I once got a catapult shot fired right at my head 30 seconds into a siege when I was at the battering ram. Really felt like reloading. Oh yeah, well, you could do that. You can absolutely do that. I've had that happen to me. But you know, oh wait a minute. Was that by your own forces, or was that by the enemy's forces? Because if that's by your own forces, that has happened to me. I was literally walking up to the walls, and I had, I think, trebuchets. I think I had trebuchets built behind me, and they literally hit me with the rocks. They literally hit me with some of the rocks, and I have it on. I have it recorded. It's in a series. I think it's the Land of Seeker series. Yeah, I think possibly that. So the Land of Seeker series, and I'm literally walking up there, and I all of a sudden, out of nowhere, because there are no enemies around, I just die, and I think, wait a minute, what happened? And it turns out that indeed, yes, I was hit by one of my own trebuchets, which is absolutely hilarious. But hopefully you got hit by an enemy, because at least then your own people are not trying to kill you. You must be a good commander, because I'm obviously being being backstabbed by my own people or something like that. Anyway, NDLD says, do you have a favorite faction yet, or more generally everyone? Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, so you're also asking everyone in chat as well. My favorite factions, I think, from what I've answered in previous streams, I'm going to say I like the Empire, just generally because I kind of like their aesthetic. I also like their unit types, and I don't really have a specific empire that I like, but I think I like Regea's empire the most, but that could just be me, I don't know. I think that the Southern Empire, I've just had more interactions with them, so that might actually be the reason. So apart from the Southern Empire, I actually really like the Aserai as well, as I said at the beginning here. But yeah, you probably missed that. But whatever the case, yeah. So they're basically in first place for me. Yeah, you asked the same question back in episode 1, Spooks. I'm way behind on the chat, by the way. So yeah, I'm just answering people in order. That's basically. Oh no, that's basically how things are going right now. This is terrible. I'm way too slow. All right. Yeah, so you did do that. And or Stellaris. Yeah, I've actually played some Stellaris. I played some Stellaris, but you probably don't want to look at it because it is, yeah, it might be a bit frustrating for someone that might know more about the game than I do. Yeah, anyway, Zero says it depends. Do you want your spouse to be a governor? Okay, you're talking to T Dunbar. That's absolutely fine. That's great. Jagar, ah yes, I have finally caught the live stream. I've been watching since 2016 and I just love your videos. Do you plan to show your face by any chance? Not at the moment. Yeah, I'm not charged up enough for that. You know, I need to plug myself into the wall and, you know, get some recharge. I'm just joking, obviously. No, I don't plan to show that at the moment. But thank you very much for the support. That is a long amount of time, so I very much appreciate that. Oh, it's a mod that lets you combine both games, John. Ooh, now that's actually fantastic. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Zero says, love Crusader Kings. Not a big fan of the monetization model for their DLC, though. Oh, yeah, I heard something about that, where I think, what was it now? Crusader Kings 2, back in the day, obviously before Crusader Kings 3 came out, but Crusader Kings 2, what wasn't it, like over $500 worth of DLC or something like that? I'm actually not entirely sure. It's not as crazy as the Train Simulator game, though, on Steam. Have you actually looked at the Train Simulator game? What is it, Train Simulator 2014 or something like that? I think if you add that to your basket, it's over $10,000, I think. Isn't it? I think it's over $10,000 or something crazy like that. I don't quote me, okay? Don't quote me on it, but I think it is something extremely ludicrous like that. Anyway, Doxed says, I feel like I'm reloading way too often either way. Like if I fail a quest, I really want to reload. You know what? That's perfectly fine. You can reload whenever you want. They have added a quick save. There is a quick save function, so if you want to, you can just press F5. As far as I'm aware, it is F5. And it will save it for you, and then you can just do whatever you want. And I think that if you fail a quest that is going to give you a decent amount of money or reward or experience, I don't see a problem in reloading in that sense. For me personally, I'm obviously recording, so generally I just like to take the hits where they come. But if you're just playing for fun, I don't see the reason why you wouldn't, do that. If you want to, it's perfectly fine with me, as long as you're having fun. That's the number one thing. Sorensky, hey, with the super, thank you so much. I'm so sorry it took me so long to get to you. And Sorensky says, let me actually just get away from this guy because he's trying to kill me. Let me actually just, there we go. I'm just gonna have to scroll down. I'm still way far up. Okay. Anyway, you say, been watching your videos for years. I always enjoyed playing Warband and watching your playthrough on the second monitor. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. And much love from Denmark. Oh, that is so nice of you. Thank you very much. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super. And yeah, if you have any other questions, by all means, let me know. Shoot them at me. Not in javelin form though, please. Not in javelin form, because you know what's going to happen. I'm going to die from across the battlefield. But yeah, I really appreciate the support for all those years. And I hope to see you in some more streams, Sorensky. Jakov says, talking too much isn't a problem with such a pleasant voice. I usually put on your videos to fall asleep easier. You know what? That actually means a huge amount, because I know a lot of people actually do tend to do that. Whether it's me or whether it's someone else. And I'm talking about, maybe it's a TV show, maybe it's a comfort TV show that you turn on, and not you specifically, of course, but just generally, people that do tend to have their comfort things that they tend to turn on, and it helps them to sleep. And I actually really appreciate that. I like that a great deal. I think that's very cool. So thank you. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to. Just gonna. There we go. I need to like alt tab and then go over and scroll down. Okay, yeah, so Olav says, Olav says, don't get hit by that thrown weapon. Yeah, I got murdered almost. Okay. These guys really know what's up, don't they? Yeah, they have much better gear than I do. Let me just tell my forces to charge in before I absolutely get obliterated. Anyway, Olav says, hey Reformers, love the stream and the series you've been releasing lately. Been watching since the original Barney. I remember being excited for episodes 100 and 200 since they lasted a whole hour. Oh my. Yeah, I remember doing those. And I thought to myself, whoa, this is literally the first time that I've been recording for such a long period of time. I was so incredibly worried. If you want some behind the scenes thoughts of mine from back then, I was so worried about my recording becoming corrupted that I actually was just crossing my fingers, basically. I was just crossing my fingers and hoping that the file would just not do anything bad, and I was just, I was, I don't know. So, because the recording software I was actually using at the time was a little bit, let's just say it wasn't the greatest, and so I needed to be a bit more careful than you might think. And yeah, so I was really pleased that it actually worked out. And yeah, those episodes were they were marathons. Nowadays I actually feel like playing for an hour or something like that is not that I don't know, maybe it doesn't feel that stressful. Maybe it should be. but it doesn't feel that stressful like it used to. Because obviously, when I was playing Warband back then, maybe I'm just a little bit more experienced and maybe a little bit more patient, a little bit wiser. I don't know. Maybe if I can actually call myself wise. No, probably not. But yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you. NDLD says, I kind of like the look and feel of the Britannia faction. Basically Celtic, and I'm Irish, so always wanted to play something like the Celts. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, Britannia, yeah, that's cool. Glad to be here, it says Zero. Oh, yeah, well, you know, I'm very pleased to see you here, that's for sure. Your own guy's hitting you with a rock. Low morale issue. Yeah. Acceptable losses, indeed. Indeed. Was it not an Eagle Rising series that you got hit by a trebuchet, or am I thinking of another? I think you're probably thinking of someone else. Maybe? Yeah, no, I think you're thinking of something else, because I think I remember very recently it happening in the last couple of months, and Eagle Rising was a while ago for me. So yeah. The catapult guy has a thing for Mrs. Bear. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I was married in that series, actually. Maybe was I? Yeah, I think I was, actually. So maybe he was. Yeah, maybe he was trying to finish me off or something like that. Anyway, we're actually just going to sell these guys. Just get them all out of there for 2,900. That's pretty decent. I'm thinking we might actually, when Laria comes back to join me, because I've actually called for her, I'm going to make her another caravan. Ooh, hello. Can we go into a caravan here? I'd like to actually attack this one, if at all possible. Let me just advance all of my forces, and let me just try and catch up with some of the chat. Reese's, oh my, that is a wonderful name. Reese's Withered Spoon. That is very funny. Love the videos, James. Appreciate all the great entertainment. Do you plan to make a Middle-earth series when a decent mod version gets released? Absolutely, yes. Kingdoms of Ardor is looking absolutely amazing. And yeah, you're gonna have to shoot me to stop me from making a series on that. That's for sure. But you don't have to worry about it. I am gonna get on that straight away as soon as it is released, or as soon as some kind of early version gets released. I actually have no idea what their plans are, but I can only hope that maybe they'll release something that is kind of like an early version, but not too early, if you know what I mean. So something that is self-contained and can actually be played to completion. I think that would be a lot of fun. Anyway, I'm actually just going to have a look at my roguery skill here. Oh, I should have actually spent this perk beforehand. I am an idiot. Okay, well, never mind. Let me see. Faster rating, 5%. I don't really care about that too much. I'm going to go for... Prisoners are 20% less likely to escape from towns. That's kind of meh. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to go for No Rest for the Wicked, considering we are probably going to be raiding a little bit more. So we'll go and do that. And then we also have one additional focus point. So what am I going to spec into? What am I going to spec into? I have no idea. Shall we do Charm? Should we do Leadership? We don't really have the ability to level up Leadership at the moment. So that's obviously not really going to work out too well for us. So I'm thinking we'll probably go for Charm or Athletics skill. I'm thinking Athletics actually at the moment, because as you can see, we were kind of, getting to the barrier there. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be a little bit better. Okay, so Bjorn says, I'm finding a lot of things are missing in release that were there before. Oh, really? What do you mean? What do you mean? I hope there's, I hope it's nothing major. How do you stop game files getting corrupted on PlayStation 4? I gotta say, I have no idea. It's been a long time since I've played on any console, that's for sure. But I can only assume maybe you're gonna need to... are you talking about Bannerlord? If you're talking about Bannerlord, then you might just need to reinstall the game, or you might need to update your PlayStation operating system. I could be wrong. Don't take advice from me. I'm just throwing around suggestions here. Yes, indeed. Lijun Kun? Yes, indeed. Barney is a magnet for javelins and arrows. 100%, yes, indeed. Dingus, do you ever struggle with which game to play? I've bought many games on sale over the years, and my library is filled with games I've yet to touch. When I get free time, I'm sometimes left paralyzed. Yeah, you know what? I mean, that's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. Obviously, my thing is to play Mount and Blade, right? That is the thing that I'm known for, and I generally enjoy doing. So obviously I'm going to make content on that. But you know, I have been uploading. I think I have a playlist actually on the channel right now that's called every single game I played in 2022. So if you want to check that out, you know, that's kind of cool if you want to check it out. But anyway, point is, it basically has every single non-Warband, non-Mountain Blade game that I have played this year, and there's over 130 of them. So I've played over 130 games. There's multiple episodes in the playlist, so maybe it's not 130, but I've definitely played quite a lot of different games, and maybe one of those videos is going to give you an idea as to what you'd like to play. Maybe that's going to help you. I don't know. But yeah, usually anything I play tends to be something that I personally enjoy. I have a wide taste in games. Let's just say that. I generally like a lot. The only thing you're probably not going to see me playing is something like I don't know, precision platformers. I am really, and I'm not even gonna, you know, you could add 100 more reallys onto this particular sentence. Bad at precision platformers. And you may think, oh yes, but you're already terrible at Bannerlord and you've played that for many hours. No, anyway, point is, precision platformers are something that I am not very good at all. Army of Poachers here and Escort Merchant Caravan. Okay, fantastic. I'm actually going to take the Escort Merchant Caravan quest first because I just don't want it to run out of time. And we're just going to go ahead and do this. This is going to be really good for us. I actually would like to recruit some more units. Can I actually do that from here? Yes, I can. There we go. Let's recruit some more units while I can. And where's the caravan? There it is. Okay, fantastic. Michael says, so glad to catch a stream again. One of the most genuine and friendly YouTubers. Oh, thank you. I hope so. I hope so. I mean, you know, I'm just trying my best to interact with as many people as possible. I mean, that's in my opinion, that's the point of a stream. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm glad that I seem to be doing a good job in that regard, at least. Luna says, have you ever considered doing audiobooks while nice relaxing jazz plays in the background? Yeah, actually I have, and I have attempted to do that kind of stuff, but it is very competitive. Let's just say that it is very competitive. But yeah, I don't know. There was a comment actually recently, just earlier today, where someone was saying to me that I should do some more like reading videos, you know, reading videos, like reading something like, I don't know, maybe like a story, or maybe a text-based game or something like that. And that sounds like a pretty cool idea, so I'm not sure. I think I might do it again, because I did actually do, I think, 1 or 2 of those in the past, and seemed like quite a few people enjoyed it. But as I say, I'm not sure. I think it would be quite fun. I do enjoy those, so that would be kind of nice. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so there you go. There you go, Luna. maybe it's gonna happen. Anyway, I'd like to actually, I should have just auto-resolved against these guys, shouldn't I? I should have just auto-resolved against them. Maybe I'm gonna get some bow skill, or maybe I'm just gonna hit the ground, because that's what I do. Yes, maybe I can get a headshot or something. Okay, well, there's an arm shot. That's not the head. That's not the head, Barney. No, that is not the head. Thank you. There's the head. Thank you very much. Okay, that was much better, wasn't it? He did a good job there. I am applauding, although I have my hands on the keyboard and mouse, so it's probably not gonna be heard. I'm applauding in my head. Let's just say that. Anyway, I'm just gonna use super speed here just to finish it up. And there we have it. Okay, not too bad. And I'm just basically trying to maintain the caravan's population right now. That's the only thing I'm trying to do here. Okay, so let me have a look. Derek needed the stream today, man. Buddy of mine was... Oh, no. Are you serious? What? That... Oh, wow. Okay, that's really... that is really heavy. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry to hear that. I have no words. All right, I have no words except that I just offer you well, my sincerest wishes. I really have no idea what to say to that. That is really harsh. I'm really, really sorry. Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. I'm hopeful that maybe, yeah, as you say, maybe you can take your mind off things, and we can have some fun. All of us, we can have some fun together, and we can, you know, try to help Derek to not yeah, not focus on the absolute tragic loss right there. But yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, wow, that's actually really close. You know, I'm sorry, I'm not going to dwell on it. Okay, I'm just going to move on so that, you know, we can, yeah, yeah, just take our minds off it. All right, yeah, I'm gonna help you to take your mind off it. Right, so here we go. Let's try and tackle these guys, these raiders right here. These guys are obviously going to very badly want to murder us, but it's okay because we have this guy right here, this Botanian hero. Look at him. He is poised with his bow. He's walking. Okay. Apparently the hired pike has a problem with it. Oh, apparently the mule also has a problem with it. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Oh, there's a bunch of dust in the. Oh yeah, they're all mounted. That's kind of harsh, isn't it? Oh dear. Yeah, that is kind of harsh. Anyway, the Spartanian says, "Hey, glad I could catch another stream." Yeah. Well, it's really nice to see you here. And yeah, we're currently on an escort caravan mission. And I'm kind of trying to get a couple more weapons to be able to smelt, because smelting is going to be fantastic. You know, obviously, you know, we're going to be able to get more resources for our smithing and everything. And surprisingly enough, I've become a little bit addicted to the whole smithing minigame. I'm not sure why, because for me, I've said multiple times in multiple series, I really do not like the stamina system, you know. Don't like the stamina system at all, but nowadays, now I'm just like, okay, we must get some more. We must get some more of this and everything. Yeah, I think it really helps to interact. It helps to interact and it helps to chat while I'm doing that smelting stuff and while I'm waiting for the stamina to regenerate. That really makes a huge difference. Oh, Philios. Hey, Philios. Wanted to mention my daughter loved watching me play Bannerlord today as she painted. Bit hilarious. But awesome. All hail Bertolt. Well, that's great. I'm glad you had a good time. And yeah, well, welcome back to the stream. Love all the talking. Don't ever change me. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, NDLD. That that definitely helps, because obviously, you know, sometimes you do get those people that will say, hey, you talk too much. And to be fair, I do, okay? I know I do. But that's just how, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I just get through it like that. I just kind of, I don't know, maybe I need to talk about it out loud to basically be like, yeah, I know what I'm doing because I'm talking it out loud. Or maybe I just don't understand what I'm saying at all. It could be one of those things. I don't know. It's I might not have even made sense right there. Who knows? But anyway, we got a new bow, actually. A masterwork hunting bow, in all things. That's actually pretty cool. All right, not bad, not bad. Okay, so we'll continue onward, and we are actually leveling up our people quite nicely. And yeah, I was attempting to chase the caravan like a madman, Luna. I am way behind on the chat, by the way, once again, because I am just taking so long to respond to everyone. It is terrible. Grimaldus, hello there. And welcome back to the stream. It's nice to see you, as always. Oh, Ethan says, I got two of those questions now. That's actually it's so weird. How many hours do you actually have in Warband or Bannerlord? I imagine it's an obscene amount. Yeah, together, all things together, it's about 3,500. It's not as much as some people might have, because I know that some people are probably 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, dependent on if they played the multiplayer. I know a lot of multiplayer people do tend to have more hours. But yeah, anyway, yeah, so it's like 3.5k around there, I think, all things considered, all together. I could be wrong about that, because I haven't taken a look at the play time for a while, but it's around that number at least. Sir Vival, good morning to one and all. Yes, good morning to you, sir. I mean, there you go. that is your name. Love your videos, man. Been watching them for years. I wish you all the best, says Strofa. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am really, really pleased that you have enjoyed the content for so long. I mean, really, it's just incredible to have supporters for such a long period of time, over years. It always just blows me away. I don't even know. Anyway, yeah, that's really appreciated. Dimas, glad I could tune in for a stream, you said. And yeah, I am very glad that you're here too. Let me see if I can get a couple of headshots here. Maybe we'll be able to... Oh, wow, we're actually getting some nice accuracy right now. Not too bad. Gonna have to get out my two-handed axe, though. I feel like the two-handed axe is definitely gonna be something that we wanna use it more, you know. It's a lot of fun to use. Oh, that was a headshot, Barney. You're outdoing yourself right now, sir. He is outdoing himself. He is one of those, isn't he? He's one of those, you know. Whenever it's an extremely difficult to hit attack, all of a sudden he makes it. But when it's the simplest of attacks, then he's just like, no, just gonna shoot to the moon or something like that, you know, just gonna go somewhere else. That's usually how he goes. That's how he does things. Oh well, never mind. But yeah, there you go. The amount of hours I've watched Reformers play Mount of Blade is an obscene amount. Should really buy the game and give it a go. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're talking about Warband, you can probably get it on sale for a pretty cheap amount. It usually goes on for 75% off or something like that. And it's pretty cheap as it is, I think. But if you want to wait for a sale, you can, obviously. I think there's... when is the autumn sale coming? I think the autumn sale is probably coming sometime soon, right? On Steam. So if you want to, then you can definitely do that. If you're talking about Warband, that is. Reese's Withered Spoon, which I still find very amusing. Anyway, let me have a look. What else is going on here? Try doing reading videos for in-game lore stuff, like books in Skyrim or terminals in the Fallout series. Yeah, actually, that was something that I had in mind a long time ago. I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to do that, but there's just not that much in Bannerlord itself, as far as I can tell. I mean, there isn't any lore, right? I mean, there is lore, of course. We know that the various factions have lore surrounding them, but they're not in the same way as the lore books and things like you mentioned, Luna, in Skyrim or Fallout. But I think that would be a lot of fun, to be honest. I think those things would be a lot of fun. I mean, I did play Fallout 4 on the channel. I have 21 episodes of that, but never finished it, obviously, as you might expect, because I think I had some technical issues at the time as well, which was really, really sad, because I was actually really enjoying that series. Anyway, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. I think that sounds like a fun idea. Derek, you say, I just appreciate you, man. This stream was a lifesaver. Thankful for this whole community. Hey, you know what? that's the kind of thing that, you know, we or me or whoever should be there for, you know, the hard moments in life. And obviously, me saying hard moments, that's like understating it, like, you know, no one's business, right? But, you know, in those kinds of times, that is when you need something like that to, you know, pick your spirits up a little bit. And if that's the point. If it helps just a little bit, then I'm happy. You know, I'm happy to try to get you through a little bit easier. You know, just a minuscule amount easier. But yeah, I'm really pleased that you're here, Derek. Spartanian. Wait a minute. Now you're psyching me out. Because you said, you're one of the first people to actually say my username correctly first try. See, now here's the thing. Did I say it right? Spartanian? Is it Spartanian? Oh no. Now I'm psyched out. Now I have no idea. Pelos. There is a Pelosaur. There is a Pelosaur right here. I literally searched for Pelosaur before and there was no Pelosaur, but now there is. It is an omen. It is, you know what? It is an omen right here. It is an omen. What do you think? I think we should grab Mr. Pelosaur. I think we should get him. What do you think? I think we should get him. Because this is literally the legend himself. in another form, shall we say, right? This is in another form, right? Okay, we're going to get him in a second. I'm just going to answer some comments, try to catch up on the chat a little bit. I tried smithing earlier today with a new character, and it was a lot of fun. Never thought... Michael, never thought I'd buy so many Pugios. Indeed, indeed. I actually have to continue buying Pugios. I've kind of forgotten to do that because I'm on this quest, but whenever we stop at a town, I should really just go ahead and do that straight away. So yeah, I should definitely do that. NDLD, you said in Ireland we'd say gift of the gab. Lots of talking. Well, I don't know if I'm persuasive like you might be with gift of the gab, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Kutiara says, hey, at Reformist, how are you? I'm doing okay. You know, I'm all right. But how are you doing? It's good to see you here. Welcome to the stream. And Casey, hey, it's good to see you again. And you're 40 minutes late. Oh, no, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. We're going to be here for a little bit of time yet. So, you know, there's enough time to catch up and have some fun with everyone. Hey, Queen Sheza, hello. Nice to see you here again. Oh, no. Now... Okay, now I'm probably gonna mess up your name. Coafe? Oh no. See, this is where bad things happen. Okay, you say, been watching for years, still remember the SWTOR series. Keep up the wholesome videos from Australia. I think that's Australia, right? Yeah, it's probably Australia. Not Austria, it's definitely Australia. But yeah, I very much appreciate that. Thank you so much. And you know what? I'm gonna be, in my opinion at least, I'm probably gonna be returning to SWTOR relatively soon, because I'd like to do the newest content update. I don't know when that's going to happen though, so you know, don't quote me on that, but I'd like to return to it because I actually have very fond memories of playing that game. I absolutely love that, so yeah, it's going to be fun. Alex, hello. Hello Reformists, you say, finally I got you on stream, you're like family to me, thank you for all the years you've accompanied. I have grown up with you. Hey, that is very sweet, that is very, very nice of you. Okay, well I'm very pleased to see you here, and yeah, well I'm probably gonna be doing more streams. Let's face it, you know, I'm having a hugely fun time, and well, I hope you are as well, you know, you Alex, and everyone else here. Hopefully everyone's having a good time, and we're just, you know, moving through this escort caravan mission. But yeah, I really appreciate the support over the years, Alex. Ah, there we go. So Roland's got the info. Look at that. Roland's got the info. So the Steam Autumn sales come in November 22nd. So if you want to pick up a bargain, then obviously Warband, you know, that's pretty much, you know, if you get that on sale, 75% off, it's going to be like, what, $5 or something like that? You're probably going to have incredible amount of playtime from that. If you've never played it, that is, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, Spartanian? Okay, great. I'm very, very pleased that I got that. Okay, wonderful. Yes, welcome back, Pelosaur. Yes, there we go. All right, so I seem to have caught up. Wonderful, yes. Ms. Relbalist? Oh my, okay, I'm so sorry. I am absolutely butchering your name right now. But no, I have not had any kids yet. No, not had any kids yet. But I'm on the lookout, okay? I'm on the lookout for a potential courtship. Maybe we can actually make that work. But yeah, anyway, there we go. We're going to get Pelosaur with us here. And I do have a bunch of gear to potentially give him as well. So boom, look at that. Instant upgrade for Mr. Pelosaur. And we're going to get him a shield as well. And what is he actually... I didn't even check to see what he was good at. Oh, he's a scout. Oh, that's actually hilarious considering we... wait a minute. Never mind. Okay, never mind. This is not actually Pelosaur. This is Pelosaur over here. Okay, yeah, just you didn't see that, all right? I edited that out, okay? I edited that out. I wouldn't do that normally, but if this was a series, if I was recording this, I wouldn't edit out anything like that because I think that's funny. But yes, anyway, this is actually our scout right here, Mr. Karoga, and yeah, I had no idea that... never mind. Okay, so Pelosaur is actually a roguery person, and he has one-handed and throwing skill. Okay, so yeah, that's absolutely fine. Okay, great. Ah, fantastic. Casey, you say, I'm surprised you remember me. Thank you. No, no, no. That's the thing. I tend to remember people that are active in the chat. You know, anytime you send a message, I'm usually gonna remember if you say multiple things or ask me a question or something like that. I usually remember. But do bear in mind, my memory is kind of like Swiss cheese sometimes. So sometimes, you know, a little bit of info is gonna just go right on through it, and that's gonna be terrible. So yeah. Anyway, Horandel says, "Hi, I discovered your channel recently. Love your content. Watching you from France. Hey, I really appreciate that. That's great, and I hope you're continuing to enjoy. And I hope I'm making some stuff that you're liking. The biggest lack of Bannerlord compared to Warband is no one says it's almost harvesting season," says Luna. Actually, you know what? That's actually super funny. I don't know what's going on with that. I thought they would have been aware of the memeable quality of that particular line. And I'm very surprised that they haven't included anything like that. I'm sure there's a mod, right? Isn't there a mod? There's surely going to be a mod that adds it's harvesting season. Surely. There must be something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, anyway. Meepo says, will you do an old realm series for the new update? I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to take a look at it for sure. I don't know what they've added. As far as I'm aware, they added 2 new Empire factions. Someone told me that they added 2 new Empire factions, and I'm not entirely sure what they do or what they are like. So I'm perfectly happy to do it. I just don't know what version it is. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to the page right now. Okay. I'm gonna go to the page right now, the old realms. Is it actually on Nexus? I don't think it's on Nexus. No, it's not on Nexus. It's on Steam Workshop, right? Yeah, it's on Steam Workshop. It's gonna take me way too long to find. Oh, never mind. I found it immediately because it's the top. Oh wow, loads of people love this. Okay, yeah, massive amounts of awards and everything. Okay, yeah. So which version is this for? It doesn't even... Ah, there we go. It actually says compatible version 1.0.1. So this is literally the release version. That's actually incredible. Oh, they have a ModDB page. And you need to download Harmony as well. Okay, well that's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's not a problem at all. I do actually still have the old version installed, so I'm going to need to uninstall that first. But apparently people say that the game keeps crashing in large battles. Doesn't work for them. Maybe they just installed it incorrectly or something. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I'm going to think about that. Absolutely, I'm going to think about that. I would love to explore that. It's going to be completely pretty new experience because obviously, you know, if there's 2 new factions, that's pretty significant amount. And considering they are very good when it comes to their work ethic, the modding team seems to have a really good head on their shoulders, and the way that they design things and deal with implementation of various features, it always makes me very impressed. So Meepo, I'm thinking, yeah, why not? I'll check it out, and we'll see what's going on with it. Reese's with a spoon says, the question now is if my toaster of a laptop will be able to cope with the game. Well, that's the thing. If you're talking about Bannerlord, then I'm not sure. You can obviously put it on low. You can obviously put it on low, and you can always refund it. That's the thing. If you're talking about Bannerlord, you can always refund it if you haven't played more than 2 hours, which is a wonderful thing on Steam, so you don't have to worry about it too much if it doesn't run very well. But they have done a lot of optimizations to the game, so who knows. Yeah, 7 Days to Die, I think isn't that an open world game? I think if that's an open world game, you might have, I think so. I think I played that a long time ago, back in like 2014 or something like that. But yeah, whatever the case, yeah, I think that's an open world game. So if that's open world and you can run it on normal settings, maybe it's gonna be okay. I don't know. Very much depends on the optimization. Victor, hey, it's really nice to see you again, and I hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling better. And yeah, we're doing another stream right here. We're getting another escort caravan mission out of the way, and we actually found Pelisaur. I think you may have been here for that, maybe. Not entirely sure. Zero. Oh, you're responding to someone else. Okay. YOLO. Oh, hey, hey, YOLO. I remember you. Okay. No, you don't have to worry about that. You missed an hour because no notifications. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. You don't have to worry about that. We're going to be here for a little bit of time yet. And we can spend some time together and have some fun. And you say, Reformy, hello, how have you been? I'm actually doing okay. I'm doing okay. How are you doing, YOLO? Mine struggles to... Oh, yeah, I've already read that. Okay, fantastic. Kick Herbs, hello everyone, you say. Hey, I am pleased to see you here in the stream. Alright, I think we're pretty good here. We can actually just speed up the rest of the battle, and now I have finally caught up with the chat. Isn't that amazing? Whew, okay. It's one of those times, isn't it? Yeah, it's one of those times where I give way too long answers. Because I want to be thorough, and then all of a sudden I'm so far behind. Yeah, well, whatever the case, there we go. Wonderful. I like to respond to people. I don't know. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to do that. Ethan says I'm at the mid game right now, and the ally army AI is killing me. Oh no. They never seem to be where they should. We were steamrolling everyone we went to war with, but suddenly we barely make progress. Oh my. Okay, yeah, don't even get me started on the AI. Sometimes they are amazing, as you just said. You know, sometimes they can steamroll and do absolutely amazing work in every single engagement they are in, but sometimes they just let down the side in almost every aspect. So I in that case, I'd probably try to, you know, if you want my advice, I would probably go away, try to make my own army super, super strong. So with my own, you know, with my own troops and everything. And then I would just go after individual vassals of the enemy and just try to weaken them. Because if you weaken the opponent, they're obviously then less likely to win against your own allies. And then if your allies don't get continually beaten, they're going to have time to build up their forces. Obviously, I have no idea where you are in the game or anything, and if my advice is actually even useful. But maybe it's going to be helpful. I don't know. Maybe it would be helpful for you. Yo Kiwi, hey, I wish Tailwords were to make a Viking Conquest and Napoleonic Wars with a nice story mode for Bannerlord. Yeah, actually, you know what? I think they probably will be doing something like that. I'm going to assume that they will probably make a DLC sometime in the far future. Obviously, they haven't said anything about that, but they're probably going to make something that is similar to Viking Conquest. And yeah, I mean, similar to it in the way that they add additional features to it, but I'm hopeful that because this is Bannerlord, they're going to do a little bit of something extra, so it's going to be like kind of like a quality of life improvement update at the same time as providing an entirely different map to play on. I think that would actually be very cool. So maybe they'll do that. I don't know. Maybe they'll do that. We'll see. Let me have a look-see here. You're doing good, Victor. I'm very, very pleased. I'm very pleased to hear that. Bows, crossbows, or throwing? Preference, says NDLD. You know what? Okay, here's the thing. If I can get this, I'll take thrown weapons probably 50% of the time. If I can get this. And if I have 200 or more in bows, maybe 250 or more in bows, then I'll take bows 50% of the time, and usually I will not take crossbows for any reason. I don't know why, but I have a bad I have a bad relationship with crossbows. I'm not sure. Maybe it's better now, because I haven't actually played with a crossbow for a very long time, so you know, it doesn't really help. Doesn't really help that I haven't played with it for that long. I mean, you can see here, shield on your back has a 75% chance of blocking projectile damage from behind. I mean, literally, if you take this, right? If you take this, and then you're a berserker-based character, so you have a two-handed, and you have your shield, you have a shield on your back. So you have a two-handed, you have a shield, you have crossbow, and then you have bolts. This theoretically could make you into a walking tank. Because while you are a berserker, so in other words you have a two-handed, you're very, very weak from the front. Imagine if you just turn your back to the enemy that's trying to shoot you at the time. They're more than likely going to miss because it's just going to hit your shield. So this technically could turn you into an absolute unit, if you'll forgive the memeable quality of that. But yeah, that actually sounds pretty fun. So yeah, you know what? Maybe I've got to make a crossbow. I don't know. Maybe I've got to make that. But yeah, hopefully that that answered your question, NDLD. But yeah, I really love throwing when I have Impale, and I love bows when you have a Noble Bow late game. I think they're super fun to play with. Yeah, so. Have you ever continued after your main character has died? Says Ms. Rel Billist. I am still terribly sorry that I am pronouncing your name really awkwardly. I'm not sure how to say it really, but that's the thing. My main character has never died. And I'm not sure why, okay? I'm not sure why it has never died, because I have been playing this game for over 1,000 hours, or around there. And I have no idea why it has never died. I guess maybe it might die in this series, actually. We might have Barney die. I don't really know, but it would be kind of cool to actually experience that. I know it's not really... you know, it would just be cool to actually play with someone else and see how the air mechanics work, you know, because obviously it's going to go from our main character and it's going to transfer control over to someone else. Oh, and now we are at war against the Sturgians. Okay, we're at war against the Sturgians once again. Okay, I've got to be very careful here. I do not want to be in a situation where we get ourselves absolutely murdered like we did beforehand, because remember, we actually got defeated by some Sturgians. That's going to be real harsh. I'm actually going to buy this fellow's smithy for 28,000. There we go. And we're just going to move on here real fast. And I'm actually... Where are the bandits? Where are... I'm wondering where the bandits are, please. Can you give me some bandits? I have no idea why they're taking so long to appear. Okay. Well, whatever the case. Yeah, so I haven't actually had my main character die yet. So we'll see. What do you use to launch mods for Bannerlord? Vortex? I actually install the mods manually. I don't use any mod launcher or anything like that. The only thing that I do use is a replacement for the default game launcher. In other words, I use Bannerlord, the Bannerlord launcher. And that has proven for me to actually prevent a lot of potential crashing issues. So yeah, that's the reason why I tend to use that. But I don't use Vortex or any of those mod installation tools. I do it all manually myself, usually. Casey says, I don't think you ever give too long answers. I like it more. You actually care about the people here. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. I mean, I do try, you know, I try to give as much of a thorough answer as possible. Sometimes it might be annoying, though. That's the thing. It might be annoying if I do that, but I kind of like to make sure that people know what they need to know. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. YOLO says, no, you should have personally sent me a notification if you found our Lord and Savior Pelosaur. Yeah, I mean, I would, but apparently my carrier pigeon just never left his coop. That's probably what happened, right? Carrier pigeon, raven, whichever. What's cooler, carrier pigeon or raven? I think everyone's probably going to say raven, but I'm going to say carrier pigeon because no one picks the carrier pigeon, right? So I'm going to say that. Anyway, I'm just going to wait here because we need to make sure that we get the last brigand party. It seems like they're all getting killed off or something like that as they try to get to me, which is going to be terrible. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get this task done before before it actually runs out of time. We only have 15 days remaining. Okay, that shouldn't be too bad. Kickherbs says, I tried some of the Bannerlord mods now that the game hit the full release. It was nice to see that quite a few popular Warband mods have plans to go into Bannerlord. Absolutely, yes. I am really looking forward to a whole bunch of those. I'm just very much crossing my fingers and hoping that the Pendor team will get going on that. But obviously, that is only if they have time and the ability to do it. Because let's face it, sometimes life just gets in the way in many different aspects. So who knows? Will says, so is the game worth it on Xbox or PlayStation? Is it a steep learning curve? I'm sorry, I could not tell you. I did hear that someone said that it is a bit difficult initially, but then as time goes on, it becomes a little bit easier. I'd recommend playing with auto blocking though. So yeah, because obviously initially it's going to be difficult to do the manual blocking and stuff like that. So it would be a good idea to try and be a little bit careful about that and just do auto block just for the beginning, and then as time goes on, if you want to turn it off, then you can obviously do that. Ghostwire, hey, good to see you again, and welcome back to the stream. Luna says, as a reformist, what kind of reforms do you support? Well, I don't know. That's the thing. I know. It does have that political connotation to it. But for me personally, I have nothing to do with any of that. Thank you very much. So, yeah. I have my own views on all that stuff, but no, that's not gonna be anything to do with what I'm doing in Cal Radio right now. It looks really cool. What actually looks really cool? You're talking about oh on Xbox or PlayStation. Oh yeah. Absolutely, yeah. It does look very cool. Yeah, butter loader for the Bannerlord. Indeed. Indeed, Goo Goo Dry. Oh, what is with these names? They're very funny. All right, fantastic. Let me actually just see. Oh, I'm way behind on things now right here. Do the combat mechanics take a bit of getting used to for a beginner? I say beginner, I've been watching Mountain Blade through Reformers for years, but you know what I mean. Yeah, they are going to take a little bit of time. I'd recommend if you actually... Okay, here's the thing. If you play Warband, or actually if you play Bannerlord as well, the best advice I can give you to get used to the combat system is if you're playing Bannerlord, obviously there is a tutorial in the story mode. They will put you into a tutorial and they will basically say to you, hey, do this, fight against this guy, and you know, duel and try to get used to the combat system through that. I'd recommend not doing that because I don't think that the tutorial is actually that useful in comparison to going into the arena yourself. And I'm not talking about doing a tournament here, I'm talking about doing this, going into a practice fight. Now obviously I can't go into a practice fight right now because there's actually a tournament going on, but you can easily find a town that doesn't have a tournament going on, and then you can enter a practice fight, and then you can basically just mess around in the arena with some random weapons, and you can try to get used to the combat system on your own time. You're not feeling... For me personally, I feel a bit under pressure when I'm in an actual tutorial. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but personally, I prefer being in an environment that is non-judgmental, so it's like, it doesn't matter whether I fail, you know what I mean? So if I go into the practice fight, it's basically like, who cares? You know, if I fail, who cares? Doesn't matter, because I can just go back in and go back in and go back in over and over again if I want to, and nothing really matters there. I can pretty much just mess around and have fun, and I can learn the system necessary. So Reese's Withered Spoon, that is what I would recommend to do if you are playing Bannerlord. If you're playing Warband, then there is a similar system where you can basically just go into a practice fight or something like that in the arena. You can go into the arena and do that there as well. And as I say, it is no pressure, and you can learn on your own time, and you don't have to, you know, be stressed, which is pretty nice. Vengeance, yeah. Yeah, hello, you finally managed to catch one. I'm sorry, yeah, I tend to stream at random times and kind of late actually as well, but yeah, indeed, you've finally caught one, and it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well so far. I just invested in a business, and I just did a caravan escort mission as well, so not doing too badly. We're seemingly doing quite well, and yeah, it's going pretty nicely. How are you doing? Queen Sheza said Jackie Fish highlighted some mods. One was like Viking Conquest, but the name was like oh I see, before Viking Conquest. Oh, okay. So it's like a prequel to Viking Conquest or something like that. Okay, that sounds pretty interesting. Yeah, why not? Braden says, hey mate, I've been watching since before the release of Viking Conquest. Hey, wow, it's another it's another long-standing supporter. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. NDLD says they could add catapults and ballistas on the ships for ship-to-ship combat. Ooh, that would be fun. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Not sure how that's really going to work. I mean, I guess what they could do is they could add durability to the ships like they do for the gates? Yeah, like they do for the gates in the sieges and things like that. That would be the same system, so they could basically, I mean, they obviously couldn't copy-paste it, I guess, but they could do something similar to that effect. And that would be pretty fun. Yeah, because then you could actually see, like, you know, ships sinking in the ocean and stuff like that. That would actually be kind of cool. Yeah, I would like that. Sounds fun. Yeah, Brayden, first time watching you stream. Yeah, hey, yeah, I'm actually very new to streaming. Actually, very new to streaming, and I'm just trying to get a handle on things and trying to interact as much as I can, because that's the reason why the stream actually happens. Because otherwise, I just make a video, right? Yeah, right. Anyway, if you have any questions, Brayden, by all means, just you know, bring them over to me, and I'll be happy to try and answer them. Rowley says, hey James, was just kind of wondering, would you play Blood Bowl 2 again? I would love to, actually. I love that game. I love Blood Bowl in general. I think Blood Bowl, what was it now? Chaos Edition? I think that was pretty fun for me. I played, what, 40, 50 hours of it. And then I played Blood Bowl 2, obviously, and Blood Bowl 3 is actually coming out next year? I think it's coming out next year, early next year. So I'm very much looking forward to that as well. I'm not sure if I really agree about the way that they are doing the pitches, because they've actually added like pitch effects to each match, so things can change dramatically dependent on the environment and dependent on who owns the stadium. So if you understand what I'm talking about, there's actually a devlog that you can watch. I think that's through their Steam page or something like that. But yeah, Blood Bowl 3 is looking really fun. But yeah, anyway, getting back to your question, Rolly, I'm sorry. I do tend to go off on a tangent. Anyway, yeah, I would like to play Blood Bowl 2 again. Absolutely. Do you have any preference for what team you'd like to see? And this is a general question to everyone. So if you wanna give me input to what kind of team you'd like to see in Blood Bowl, then by all means let me know. Because I don't have that much of a preference. I think that they're all super fun and they all have unique ways of playing the game, but I think it would be kind of cool. I do like it, but it can screw you over a lot with the dice rolls and things. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, we are in the final stage. I'm going to go up against the Battanian Horsemen just now, but I'm just going to catch up on a couple of messages here before we do. Okay, here we go. Wait a minute. Oh, your character never died just because you're that good? No. No. Hilariously enough, that's actually not even the case. I die all the time. I've just never had the random chance for that to happen. NDLD. I don't know why. Will says, I was thinking of getting the physical copy over the digital download. Not sure why, except I like physical copies. Well, I think you should. Why not? I think it sounds like a fun idea. So if you don't want to go for the digital, then that's perfectly fine. It's actually kind of satisfying to see something like that on your shelf, isn't it? I think it's kind of satisfying. Same thing with, you know, buying a book or buying a movie, a Blu-ray, or I don't know, something like that. What else would you have on your shelf? I don't know. Maybe like a figure or something. Maybe something like that. Anyway, Spontanean says, I've been having some trouble getting total conversions to show up in the mod selection area, and I have no idea how to do anything with the files on my computer as far as moving mods around. Okay, so here's the thing. I actually don't have a... I used to, okay, but I don't have a tutorial for installing mods in Bannerlord for reasons, because I think that it was... I actually made a video on it, and... it was pretty good, I felt. I took about 3 minutes to explain every single thing that you needed to do. Very succinctly, very quick. You know, everyone could understand it relatively well. And then the video got reported. It got reported for something. And I don't know what it was reported for. But yeah, I basically had to remove it. I basically had to remove it because it got reported for, I think it was like... Oh, I don't even remember what it was for now, but it was for something, and basically I just couldn't keep it on the channel. So I'm actually going to think about creating another one for people like you, Spartanian, so I can actually, you know, help out people that need some assistance with mod installations, because I know that some people actually do have some issues with that, and I've tried to help in the comments sometimes. When I see someone having an issue, I'll just go like, hey, you know what, maybe you can try this, maybe you can try that, and sometimes it helps and sometimes it doesn't, but maybe I can try and touch upon some things in the video that might be useful. So yeah, I'll try to do that. Anyway, with no shields and ranged weapons wielded, no, that's not going to be useful for me, so I'm just going to take powerful, because this is actually pretty cool for a variety of reasons, because it actually increases your damage by 4% with all melee weapons, so I actually quite like that quite a lot. I actually should check the leaderboards and see how many tournaments I've won, because I wouldn't mind actually becoming the #1 tournament goer person in the entirety of Calradia. I think that might be quite fun, right? I think that might be quite cool. Anyway, let me see here. Derek, hey, do you plan on fighting the Night King again in your Game of Thrones playthrough, or are you good on that? I did actually release another video earlier today, which was basically us going into some additional hideouts. And are you talking about dueling him, actually? Because maybe if you've seen the episode already, then you'll know that I didn't actually duel him again. I just let my giants, yes, I have a lot of giants in that playthrough right now, and I'm having a lot of fun with those. But that's the thing. I think I will try, but I think it might be better to try and convert the Night Kings over to your army, because you can actually do that. And if I allow my giants to do the damage, because they're using blunt weapons, I think they have a higher chance of knocking them unconscious, or at least I hope that that's the way it works. But I have managed to capture some people, and then I'll be able to convert them over to my army, and that's hopefully going to be fun. So, yeah, you know what? I might try it. I might try it again. But I think it might be kind of cool to see an entire army of giants and Night Kings running around and attempting to just absolutely obliterate everything. That could be kind of fun. Donovan says, but bro, a year before I got a desktop, I found your videos on Bannerlord and I fell in love with the game. I've almost got 200 hours in the game and I've enjoyed every minute thanks to your videos. Hey, you know what? Thank you very much. That is super, super nice. And yeah, I'm really, really pleased that you're having a fun time in Bannerlord. I mean, generally, it is a fun game. It just takes sometimes a little bit of time to get to where you want to be. You know, it does have that that sort of time investment that you might need to put in. But yeah, anyway, I actually have a bunch of looters here, so I'm thinking I would like to try and find the manual laborer quest. I think there will probably be one relatively soon, so I'm thinking I'm just going to keep that, and we might try to do another escort caravan or an ambush caravan. I think a caravan ambush might actually be best. The type of pigeon that could always find its way home is extinct. Really? Oh no. Okay, that kind of, okay, that's bad. That is bad. I feel like the carrier pigeon would be named Bert. Yeah, why not? Why not? Prophecy of Pandora and a Clash of Kings would be awesome. Yeah, Wolf, I agree. Absolutely. I think that would be fantastic. Why not? Says, hey Reformist, any potential plans to go back to Viking Conquest? Are you talking about the Warband Viking Conquest? Not any of the Viking mods that are coming out for Bannerlord? I'm not sure on that. I'm not sure on that. The one thing that I might like to do is go back to Pendor in Warband, because I don't know, I have a fond nostalgia for Pendor, but I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. That is a maybe. That is a maybe. I can't guarantee it right now because I don't know. But yeah, it might be fun to do that. Zero says, is it difficult to switch from 1.8 to the release since you're doing this series in the Realm of Thrones at the same time? No, not at all. Not difficult at all. It takes a little bit of time. So if your internet connection is a little bit more on the slow side, then it might be taking you longer, and it might be more of a pain. So you might want to do that. If you do have a slower connection, you might want to do that just generally when you're not needing to use your PC or something like that. Because basically what you can do is when you update the game to the full version, it adds a bunch of GB to the overall size of the game. And when you take away, it only adds like 4 or 3 GB. So it's very, very little size. So, as I say, if you have a decent-ish connection, it shouldn't take you that long at all. But as I say, it just depends. It depends on your internet connection mostly. So yeah, Otherwise, it's very easy because you just go through. If you don't know how it's done, you basically go through your properties on Steam. You right-click on the game. You go through properties. You go into betas, and then you select the version from the drop-down menu. Select 1.8.1, and then it updates to that version. And then when you want to play the version that I'm playing on right now in the stream, then you basically just put it to none because you're not playing on any beta version at all. So you can just swap between those two, and it will have to go through that download every single time, and you will have to worry about mods every single time as well. I have 2 different versions of Best Auto Equip mod and Super Speed currently installed. I have 2 different versions of those because one obviously works with Realm of Thrones and one works with the release version of Bannerlord, and I need to rename those every single time I do that. So I need to go into the folders and rename those and so on and so forth. There's a bunch of busy work associated with the whole thing, but yeah, it's obviously if you don't really have mods, or if you do have mods and you just don't really care about them that much, if you're playing on the release version, then you don't need to do any of that. So hopefully that helps you. Yamada, I would love to stay and watch, but I've been at work all day and it's 3 AM right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hope you have fun and keep up the good content. Thank you so much. And you know what? If you're still here, then you can watch the VOD. Oh yes, you can watch the VOD, and I would very much appreciate seeing you in the next stream. Hopefully you can join us then. No one shall stop Hildrum, my character's name, from making tier 5 two-handed weapons and selling them all and bankrupting the entire map. Oh, you know what? If you have a massive amount of trade skill, YOLO, you can then literally just go and buy absolutely every fief. Oh yes. That would be, that's actually something that I did in the Trader Lord series. I thought that was so much fun. I should actually do another Trader series, I think, at some point, but I know a lot of people at the time didn't really like the passive style of gameplay, I suppose you could kind of call it, because I basically went into pretty much no battles at all. I was not going into battles. I was pretty much just going from marketplace to marketplace, trying to analyze the various prices of resources here and there, trying to maximize the amount of profit that I can get from trading foodstuffs and the investments and so on and so forth. And, you know, it's actually pretty cool. I like that a lot, but as I say, maybe it's not extremely entertaining viewing, so maybe it's not something for that. Do I have any caravans producing profit? Says Israel. I don't think I do. I have, as you can see, I have a mercenary contract right now. That might be the reason why my wages are so little in comparison to what they would normally be, which is about 700. And I do have workshop income as well. Gugu Dry says, glad you're enjoying doing these streams. It's been so wholesome seeing all these long-time viewers express these well wishes. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It is so incredibly heartwarming, isn't it? Super cool to have you streaming after all these years of watching. Well, I mean, that's the point. Generally, anytime I can actually interact in a way like this, I think that this is, I don't know, it feels wholesome, right? As you said, it feels wholesome, and I don't know. I don't know whether you can get better than this kind of interaction, you know, from such far distances. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just seems cool. Seems cool to me. I'm actually trying to find the manual laborers quest now, so let me see if I can actually do that. I need to find iron ore villages or hardwood villages mostly. They're the ones that usually have manual laborers, because obviously they're supposed to do the mines and things like that. Mining and chopping down wood obviously takes manual laborers, of course. Yeah. Let me have a look-see here. Oh, wow. Okay. A lot of messages. Okay, please do continue sending messages, by the way. I really love interacting. I'm just way behind because I'm so slow. Okay, that is it. Just want you to know, I always hear your voice when I hear Decker Kane say... Stay a while and listen. I don't have a terribly bad impression of him, but yeah, I think I'm a bit out of practice. Let's just say that. I haven't done that in a long time. I do tend to use that kind of voice when I voice a an old character. So if there's ever an old character in a game somewhere, I always just go, yeah, you know, I'll do the Deckard Cain voice, I guess. Yeah. So Philios, I get it. It's always amusing. Vengeance, watched your videos for 2 months straight when I found out it was coming to Xbox. I couldn't wait. Oh yeah, it's actually pretty fantastic that they've been able to do that. We can just hope that they might do something in regards to implementing some mod support. It's highly unlikely, I gotta say. It's probably highly unlikely, but it would be amazing if that was something that they could do. Let me just continue to upgrade our people here. I'm actually going to get a caravan. I will get a caravan sometime soon. Actually, you know what? Let me do some smithing real quick. I have some stamina here, so I might as well do that, right? Let me see. Oh, we have a load of parts unlocked right here. Okay, load of parts unlocked. Let me just do this. This is pretty good for the amount of materials I have. No, I don't want to do this one. Don't want to do this one. I'll do this one. There we go. We'll do something like this, and then we'll do this. There we go. Okay, fantastic. Look at that. Difficulty 100, smithing 100. That's fantastic. That's really nice. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do this. Yeah, by the way, I'm not naming any of these two-handed swords right now because I'm just doing it for level ups. I did see someone that say that I should name these. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna be naming the weapons when I start making weapons that I'm gonna be keeping. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, right now, I'm pretty much just going to be either smelting them or selling them. And you can see here, I have a bunch of crafted two-handed swords that I can sell for 1,300. So technically, if I wanted to make money right now, I could just sell all these and make a pretty much tidy profit. It's pretty nice, actually. I quite like that. Yeah, let me see here. I'm going to actually buy some wooden hammers. I think that seems like a good idea. I would like some more wood after all. And we can now start some... actually, we can't start any smelting because I don't have any stamina. Isn't that wonderful? Yes. Casey says, do you plan on doing a face cam when you can, or probably not? It is unlikely. I'm going to say it is unlikely. For no reason, really. Just for no reason. I don't have any reason why I wouldn't, but just generally, I don't have the ability to get a green screen right now, and it's kind of like... Yeah, it's a bit awkward. It's a bit awkward. That's all I'm saying. It's a bit awkward, so that's probably it. That's probably the only reason why I wouldn't do that, and also because I like everyone to be able to see the entire screen. I don't know, because then I'm obviously going to have to make sure that all the elements of the screen are actually visible. I don't know. That's probably the reason, but yeah. Apart from that, I have no answer for that. Corey, hello stream. I have arrived. Hello, Corey, and welcome. Spartanian says, do you have a Discord server? I do. It is very inactive at the moment because I have very little experience in actually making a good one, if you know what I mean. So basically, right now there are there's a bunch of people on there, but I need to remodel it. I need to remodel it. I need to remake it, and I need to kind of refine what's currently going on there because there's very. I made it when I was very inexperienced in regards to Discord in general, so that's the only reason. But yeah, you'll know about it when I have refined it. Reese's with a Spoon says, thank you for the tips and advice, James. You're a scholar and a gentleman. Thank you very much. No, it's no problem at all. I'm always happy to help. If I know about something like this, or if I can help in some way, then I will try to. Aaron says, Kia ora? Is that how you say it? Kia ora from New Zealand. Wow, that is very far away. And indeed, nice to see you here. I have no idea what that means, but I'm going to assume it is a greeting of some kind. Is that true? I don't know. But yeah, I'm hopeful that that is actually what it is. Otherwise, Alex says, hey, and I'm going to say, hey, Alex. Nice to see you here. Filio says, James, I think you might enjoy the 97 underdog of turn-based sci-fi football Crush Deluxe. Where can I get that? Where can I get that, actually? Because I don't know what that would be on. Is that on PlayStation? Would that be on PlayStation, or would that be on some other system? I actually have no idea. Anyway, I'm just going to go into the smithy here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to smelt all this stuff. Let's just smelt all of this, and there we have it. Okay, that was easy enough, wasn't it? Yeah, that was actually super easy. Okay, so very quickly, I am going to have to go AFK for about 1 minute, but I will be right back, okay? Alrighty, hello. Sorry about that. Okay. Anyway, let me see what I can catch up with here. Oh, T Dunbar, you're leaving. No. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I missed you by the looks of things, but yeah, I hope to see you next time, T Dunbar. And did I actually? Oh, I didn't even rest before I left. Okay, wonderful. That is great, isn't it? That is just the worst kind of thing to happen. Okay, Kickup says, after trying out the Land of Seeker mod, I think it would be cool if we got a spiritual successor to Nova Aetas in Bannerlord, especially with the better building management and resource gathering. Yeah, actually, that would be pretty cool. I think they actually do. I mean, Bannerlord Online is kind of trying to do something like that, I think. So yeah, that's kind of cool. But obviously that is not single player or anything like that, so maybe it's a little bit different than what you might want potentially. But yeah, it would be a lot of fun actually. Yeah, I think so. Rolly says, well, to be honest, I want your own playstyle, James, in Blood Bowl 2. It would be nice to see how you do things. Any race will do for me. Also, your Greenskin series of Blood Bowl 2 is my favorite. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I had the most fun, I think, in probably that one because I feel like I don't know. I feel like the orcs kind of resonated with me quite a bit. I don't know why. I don't know what that says about me as a person, but yeah, I think the orcs were just, you know, I don't know. I felt like they had a decent combination of being able to bash, but also being able to run with the ball a little bit. Obviously, it was a bit, they were a little bit, you know, they had a bit clumsy times, you know, they had a couple of clumsy moments here and there, but generally they were pretty fun to play with. Doxed says, I can't wait for Last Days of the Third Age of Bannerlord or Kingdoms of Martyr or whatever they call it. I spent 200 hours at the least just on that mod for Warband. Absolutely. The Last Days is absolutely incredible. It's such an incredible effort by that modding team and the ability to just change the entirety of the way that the resource system works, because they don't even use gold. You know, they're not using gold, they're not using, well, do they actually use gold? I don't think so, right? No, they don't know. They only use resources. They only use resource points and influence points and things like that. And I always thought that was extremely interesting and very, I don't know. It just seemed very in keeping with the world, you know, and the way that they made all the different units and everything. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that too. Winter Webb says, just wanted to thank you. Your videos make my day. And have you seen the realistic weather mod? It's awesome. When you besiege Azurai Castle and the dust storm kicks in. Whoa, really? Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds like a fun mod. That definitely sounds like a fun mod that I wanna get going on in there. So yeah, I will definitely check that out. Thank you for the recommendation. And we're literally just spending our stamina in no time at all. Ah, wonderful. Spartanian says, "Awesome, thank you so much. A tutorial video would help a lot." Okay, yeah, I would be pleased to do that, and I just need to make the time to, get that going, because it does take a little bit longer to make one of those than just, the 3 minutes, obviously, as you might expect. Cameron says, "Finally get to watch live. Best stuff to binge watch. Thanks for it all." Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate the support. And you know what? This is the best possible thing that we can do right now. Just interacting with everyone here. I'm very much enjoying the new streaming thing that I'm doing as well. So hopefully you're enjoying that too, Cameron. And hey Team Games, and hello AM. And I appreciate your effort, AM, for using the emoji, but I still have not scaled them up. I need to scale them up, I really do. I just don't have the time right now to do that. But yeah, Team Games says, "Reformers, you're the man. I appreciate the live streams." Yeah, I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. And AM, nice to see you too. I got that tournament achievement earlier today. My first achievement. Oh, really? Which one is that? Which one is that? I actually need to check the leaderboard. Let me have a look. Okay, oh, look at that! I'm third! I'm actually third in the entirety of Calradia. You know what would make me not third? Me killing these two. Oh yeah, if I executed them, then they wouldn't be here, and I would just be able to, go boom, and I'd be number one. But no, I think I'm probably just going to win another 14, and then, well, Thomond will probably be winning a bunch more as well, so that's not going to be too nice. But yeah, I don't even know what tournament achievement you're talking about, but hopefully I'll get that too. Maybe I'll get that too. Anyway, I'm probably going to join this tournament. There is actually a horse for, I was going to say for sale, but no. There is actually a horse available here, and that's going to sell for a significant amount. So that's going to be nice. Reese's with a spoon says, "We look forward to the day you become the #1." Yeah, exactly. Yeah, tournament goer person. You got my vibe. You've got my vibe 100%, because that's what I would call it. That is absolutely what I would call it. I would watch the hell out of a Reformist Grand Tour of Warband mods. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I've done all those. I've done all those in the past. But maybe it would be an idea to, go around and maybe just see how far I get in something. I don't know. Maybe that would be a fun idea, but I don't know. Ethan, hey, thank you so much for the super. Wow, that is so incredibly nice of you. I wish you the best. Now take my money. Well, I do appreciate that, and you know what? I think I appreciate both of those things very much equally. So that is very nice of you. Zero says, "Oh yeah, it makes total sense. Thanks for answering my question. I use Mod Organizer too, so the main thing would be making different profiles and then manually installing Butterloader." Okay, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm way behind, by the way. Way behind, as you might be able to tell. Okay, this is a huge melee here, so I'm just going to answer 2 more, and then we're gonna go in, all right? Flippy Tunes says, "Have you seen the Bannerlord ASMR video?" Oh, you know what? I gotta say, I have not seen any ASMR video in my life. Not sure why. I think I saw it initially when they first started to gain popularity, just because I was like, what is this? What is this thing? What is this new thing? And then I was just, looking it up because it was curiosity and all that stuff. But no, I have not seen the Bannerlord one. I don't even know what that would be like. What is it like? Is it like, wait a minute, let me see if I can do something here. It's harvesting season, right? It's almost harvesting season. Is that what they say? Yeah, that's what they say. Oh, wonderful. Oh, look at that. That's pretty terrible, isn't it? Yeah, that's not very good ASMR, because I messed up what they say. And it's not very memeable, is it? No, that's not very memeable at all. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, is it like that? It's almost harvesting season. Yeah. Yeah, that would be very funny. But yeah, anyway, Spooks, I think you're going to have to go to, you're going to have to go to work in 3 hours. I need to try and get at least some sleep. As you know, it's 3 AM here in the UK. I'll watch whatever if left of the stream is on the VOD on my break. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. But I hope you get some decent-ish sleep. But yeah, hopefully you're going to be able to catch the next one. And at one point I do have to do a stream that is a little bit earlier, shouldn't I? I should definitely do that for the people in the European time zone. That would probably be a good idea. Oh well, sorry about that. But hopefully I'll see you in the next one, Spooks. Is it usually around this time you stream, or is it just random, says Vengeance? Usually this is the time that I have the most free time, so I can basically just randomly do it. So yeah, usually that's what happens. I don't technically have a plan when that's going to occur, so that's the reason why generally me scheduling it doesn't really work out as well as I could potentially want it to, because I'd obviously love to make it so that everyone could be prepared for it, but sometimes I just don't know up until, you know, a couple of hours before, or, you know, even just half an hour before, whether I'm thinking about doing it, and then boom, I'm just thinking, yeah, you know what, let's go for it, you know. That's kind of what happens. Shall we actually watch Pelisaur in action versus this Vlandian sharpshooter? I think we'll probably watch that, and I'm going to watch the round while I answer some more comments here. So let's see what actually happens. Well, obviously we're voting for Pelisaur. Go Pelisaur, you can win. He actually won. I am so surprised. He actually won. That is actually very surprising that I am saying actually so many times. Indeed. I was just speechless from the fact that he won that. I thought that the Vlandian sharpshooter would win that almost 100%. Okay, well, anyway. Green Fox Leader says, have you been enjoying streaming as opposed to the YouTube videos? I gotta say, it's a very different experience. Very, very different. Because on the one hand, I enjoy making videos. Don't get me wrong. I've made, I think at last count, last time I saw my own channel, I have made over 6,800 videos. Yeah, that might be quite a lot. Indeed, that might be quite a lot. But yeah, I've made a lot of videos, right? And I very rarely streamed. In the past, I think you can probably count the number of streams that I've done on one hand, right? So less than 5. And I am actually very much enjoying streaming, and I kind of think to myself, why didn't I do this before? Why didn't I do this before? Because I've just kind of been you know, robbing myself of the enjoyment of the interaction between me and everyone else. I think that it's a huge amount of fun. It really is. So yeah, I am actually enjoying the streaming. Green Warbler says, wow, the profit on smithing is pretty high. Never tried it yet. I tend to stick with just trading for money, but now I have to look into that. Absolutely, Green Warbler. I would definitely recommend it. And it's actually really surprising as well, because for me personally, I have always been someone that doesn't really like the smithing system that much due to the presence of stamina. I really do not like the stamina one bit, but I'm actually not minding it that much this time, which is really weird. I don't know why. It's probably because I'm streaming and I can actually, you know, interact and have fun with people in the chat in comparison to me being by myself and having to wait for the stamina. It's probably that. But yeah, definitely look into that. I've been basically doing smithing in this series quite a bit. So yeah, I also have a Botanian Smith series too, but I think that was stamina disabled, so yeah, there's also that. Anyway, Zero, I don't mind not having a face cam. I like being able to see the whole screen and just focus on the commentary. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought as well. I thought that's maybe a little bit more suiting my style, but who knows? Maybe in the future I'll do something like that, but not right now, that's for sure. Koga, oh no, see, now here's the thing, I'm gonna butcher your name, I'm so sorry. Koga Sengaha? I have no idea, I am so sorry. Anyway, you say, reforms Discord to sow Discord. Yeah, actually, that is very funny. I should have used that myself, to be honest. Band is My Life says, I find the less bloody part of the game, like blacksmithing, best. Thought you would like to know. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I actually find that really fun too, and that's actually the thing I was talking about. I think maybe your comment was at around that time, where I was talking about the Trader series, because I said that, you know, we basically didn't go into battles that much, and it was a lot of fun to actually just be a bit more peaceful, you know, be a bit more peaceful, take the passive route for once, you know. I think that's always kind of fun. Li Jun says, it doesn't feel like caravans or shops are viable for me because as soon as the faction I'm in goes to war, it always seems to be, oh no, in the areas that I operate in. Yeah. Yeah. That's something that I have noticed as well. It's very difficult to maintain those kinds of things. I am actually unsure. Is there a perk? I think there might be a perk that maintains the workshop if someone declares war. I could be wrong and thinking that that is actually instead not a perk but an actual mod, and it might be part of Chaos's tweaks. I could be wrong about that as well, but I seem to have remembered it from somewhere. So I don't know, but maybe it would be useful if you're actually if you're on PC, Li Jun, then maybe you can check out Chaos's tweaks and maybe it has an option there, or maybe there's a perk or something like that. I think that might be it. Yeah, so hopefully maybe that will help you. Jonk says, good day from Australia. Nice to catch you live. Love the vids. Ah, hey. Wow, that is it. As I said about the people from New Zealand, that's a long way away. And thank you so much for tuning in, and welcome to the stream. Spartanian says, can't wait until I can afford to donate to help this guy out. Hey, you know what? You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that at all. That's literally one of those things. It's one of those things where it's just like, you know, if you can, by all means, you know, that's absolutely fine. But don't stress yourself about that at all. That's not the main deal here. You know, that's not the main deal here at all. The main deal is watching Pelazor absolutely fail. You failed, sir. Look at him. Yeah. But anyway, Spartania, don't worry about it. You don't have to do that. It is not necessary. It is appreciated. Don't get me wrong. It is appreciated, absolutely. But you do not have to do that. Cameron says, "What's up, boss? Watching from Boston, Massachusetts. Wow, that's across a big ocean right there. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Cameron, and it's nice to see you here. Crush Deluxe is abandonware. Oh, but takes a bit to get running correctly. I would be glad to help you get it working. I recently did. Oh, I see. I have no idea. Oh, okay. I have no idea what that means, actually. So, yeah. Let's talking more raiding. Yes, indeed. Frenzy says, haven't watched you in so long. You were my childhood. Ah, that's actually really nice of you. Thank you very much, and welcome to the stream. And indeed, it is very, very late, or very early, dependent on where you are. Ethan, thank you so much once again for the super, and see you in the next one. And well, shall we say, I hope to see you in the next one at least. Frenzy says, I remember watching your OG Perisno series when I got back from school. Yeah, the Perisno series, super, super fun. I remember very vividly having a, what was it now? When they introduced the Realm of the Falcon? Was it Realm of the Falcon or, wait a minute, who are those guys? The Green faction. I can't remember who they were now, but those guys in the forest, you could pick those guys up. They would basically be all cavalry, and they would have blunt weapons, and they would basically allow you to take prisoners almost infinitely with those guys. I thought that was such an incredibly fun feature, but then I think the mod creators changed it so it wasn't as fun. So that's kind of sad, but you know, I understand it because it was a bit of a overpowered strategy, I guess you could kind of call it. But yeah, Prisoner was really fun with that. Otherwise, there you go. We actually won. We're now through to the final round. It is 2:35 p.m. in Australia. Wow, the time difference is incredible, actually. But yeah, it's nice that it's well, it's probably sunny, right? Is it sunny? I don't know. Maybe it's not sunny. But yeah, we'll be excited to get it back every day. We'll be excited to get back every day, actually. Warband is just so much nostalgia, says Frenzy. Yeah, absolutely. And I might actually be going back to some other Warband mods. Obviously, I just finished up the 10-year anniversary series of my initial Warband series, the native one, way back in 2012. Obviously, that began. And sharpshooters aren't going to have great polearm skill. Ah, okay, Daniel. Okay, I actually thought that they might. I thought they might because Vlandians. I guess they use one-handed, right? I guess they use one-handed. I guess I'm thinking if when I see Vlandian sharpshooter or something like that, I always think Rodox, right? I always think Rodox, and I think when I think Rodox, I think spears because they're known for spearmen and all that sort of stuff. Wait a minute. Flippy Tune says, okay, it wasn't an ASMR video. It's called Taking a Walk Through the Lands of the Northern Empire. Oh, it's a relaxing video. Oh, I see. That actually sounds pretty cool. Yeah, I like that kind of thing. That's pretty fun. Why not? Frenzy says, really appreciate you. Thank you for the great videos. Always come back to your channel every couple of years. Oh, you know what? That's super nice of you. Thank you very much. And I'm glad that you're still enjoying the content whenever you stop back in. Shaking my head. Bannerlord nerfed Pellusaur. They don't want him to win. Yeah, you know what? If you remember when Pellusaur actually originally showed himself, he was unable to level up, if you recall, because he was an NPC that joined my party through some random bug, and he couldn't earn experience. As far as I'm aware, at the time, he was basically. What was it? He was like locked? I think he was locked or something like that. And he couldn't actually gain experience for some reason or another. So yeah, that was really funny. I think, wasn't he like level -1 or something like that? I actually can't remember the specifics, but I do remember that his experience was very difficult to level him up. I think he could level up in the end, but it took him a long time. So that was really funny. But yeah, anyway. Braden says, I'd be very keen on another Brisenwalder mod. Yeah, indeed. I would be as well. Absolutely. Yeah, Legion, yeah, you'll look into it. Yeah, that's gonna be helpful for you, I hope, at least. Yeah, that would have been amazing if Pellusaur actually made it to the final face-off. That would have been super cool. You're watching from Japan, Kirill. If I'm saying your name correctly, then yeah, that is, wow, okay. That is, that's very far, and I would never have expected to have someone from there watching. So welcome to the stream. 10:50. Whoa! Wait, 10:42 a.m. here in Bangkok. Okay, wow. We're getting all over the world right here. Next thing you know, we're gonna have someone from I don't even know where, but wow, that's really impressive. Yeah, Chode of Chode Hall. That is a wonderful name. Wonderful. Yeah, it's good to see you here. And I think what I'm actually going to do is I will just go through my companions real fast. And then I will sell all of my gear here. There we go. And there's another 5,000. Let's go into the smithy because I'd like to do a little bit more smelting. Let's get all these things out of the way. There we go. We're going to unlock some more parts, of course. That's always very, very useful. Joe Phil says, quick question, can your companions have banners equipped? I'm going to assume that yes, maybe, because if you take a look at the inventory right here, they do have a banner slot, as you can see. So, for example, I do have a banner here for some reason. Why do I have this banner? Where did I get this from? I have no idea. That is really weird. Oh, Rolly, you're going to go now? Okay, thank you very much for joining us, Rolly. And you're living in the Philippines. Wow. Yeah, again, this is... Yeah, we're all over the place, right? We're all over the place. That's so incredible. Yeah, anyway, Rolly, catch you next time. And yeah, hopefully see you then. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, your companions can actually wear banners or use banners, as far as I can tell. So I'm gonna give this to Pellusaur actually because he is a beast. Come on, we got to give him the banner, right? Got to give him the banner. If there was one mod that could be ported over or updated to Bannerlord, which would you choose? Says Ezekiel or Ezekiel? I'm not sure how to say your name. Sorry. Okay, that would... Oh, no. One mod. Okay, that's going to be really difficult. I'm going to say just purely for the fact that it is very... It has a lot of depth to it. I'm just going to say Pendor, okay? That's the only reason why I'd say that. Apart from that, there are so many really, really good mods. You know, it's like... What do we have? Blood and Steel, Fantasy Calradia, Light and Darkness, 108 Heroes... Perisno, we already mentioned. A Clash of Kings, A World of Ice and Fire. What else do we have? Floris Expanded. I mean, technically, you can kind of... technically, that's not really a total conversion, I guess. But it's kind of like Chaos's Tweaks, I guess. It kind of is like that, and it doesn't really expand upon the troop trees, I suppose, Chaos's Tweaks. But yeah, whatever the case, things like that. Gekukujo, you know, basically you could say any of those. Last Days of the Third Age, you could say all of that. The only thing, so that's the point. If I have to choose one, I would say Pendor, but that's just because, as I say, it just is a well-rounded experience that is so incredibly deep, surprisingly deep, with the amount of various things that you can do. It's just, yeah, it's a great experience. So yeah, I would say that. Roko says, I'm from China, lol. Are you joking or are you really? Because someone said that someone said in a previous stream that something along those lines, and I was like, okay, well, it's good to see you, you know. And then they were like, no, I'm just joking. So I can't tell because you did say lol, so I'm not sure. But if you are, then wonderful. That is pretty fantastic. Anyway, Team Game says, Reformist, have you ever been to the US? No, I have not. I have not been there. I have been to very few places, in actual fact. So, yeah. Anyway, we do have an escort, not an escort, but a little caravan ambush here. I'm just going to be very careful and do the little alt following maneuver. And let me see what else. Oh, they're actually fighting already? Okay, that was way too fast. Timothy says, never catch you live, bro. Just sitting here chilling with a bonfire. Love your content. Oh, thank you so much. And, well, I'm glad that you got a bonfire. That's really, it's got to be really toasty, right? It's got to be really toasty and cozy. And, yeah, I really appreciate the support. And I'm hopeful that you're also enjoying the stream. 10:47 p.m. here in Florida, USA. 7:47 Seattle. Wow, it's incredible the different time zones, right? They do get the benefits. Oh, that's really cool. I thought the Berserker series was way OP, and I loved it. Yeah, I actually really loved the Berserker series. I thought that was so incredibly fun. Nova Airtus, indeed. Nova Airtus is really, really good. That would be one as well. That's the thing. I literally continually just forget one or another mods because there are just so many good ones. You know what I mean? There are just so many good ones. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Goo Goo Dry has an interesting question. Okay, so this is it's going to be pretty difficult to answer. So I'm actually going to. I'm not sure. Anyway, you say, people have asked what's the best mod, but what's the worst mod you've played in Warband? Okay, here's the thing, alright? So when I'm looking at mods, when I was looking at mods a long time ago, you know, for like special features or for series or something like that, I would always look at the features of the mod. I would look at the screenshots. I'd look at absolutely everything. I'd look at the comments of other people that have downloaded it and so on. I'd just try to make it so that I would have a well-rounded understanding of what the mod is potentially going to include. And then I would obviously install it and I'd try it out and see what's going on with it. And so usually there wouldn't be anything super bad. The only things that I would say that would be considered, quote unquote bad, would be unfinished mods. Unfinished mods that are clearly still in development and are still at a rough stage of development. And that's the point. That's not their fault, right? That's not their fault. They're just still working on that. So technically, you can't really say that they're bad. I can't. Shall we say, one cannot say that they're bad in that regard. However, if I were to say a worst mod, I don't think I would be able to tell you because, I mean, if you give me a suggestion, right? So if you tell me, hey, what did you think of this mod? Then I'll definitely tell you honestly. But I can't think of one right now that says you know, this is a really bad mod. I've had some really crazy mods, like for example, what was I think I named that oh, what was what was that mod actually? That was a pretty hilarious mod actually. It was that one with the big spiders and the crazy sort of psychedelic effects and stuff like that. I can't even remember what that was called now, but it was really, really crazy. So if you want the really the craziest mod, it would be that one, but I can't remember the name of it now. I'm sure someone knows. I'm sure someone knows, but it is, it's not a bad mod either. It just has a lot of different things smacked together and it looks crazy. You know, it's just really, you know, surreal and, you know, sort of things like that. So yeah, Goo Goo Dry, if you have any particular mod that you'd like me to talk about, then by all means let me know, because maybe I haven't played it, or maybe I have, you know, I'll tell you honestly exactly what I think about it, but I can't think of anything right now that I would be constituting worst. That's the thing, I probably haven't even made a video on it if I thought a mod was not good enough to warrant a special feature or a series, because usually when I make a special feature, the one thing that I'd be thinking about is this going to be interesting to people? Do you want to hear about this? Is this something that is actually going to be something that you'd want to play? And usually that would then mean if it's in active development and it has a significant amount of new features, then I'm going to be like, yeah, okay, I'll make a special feature on that. But if it's very early in development and there's very, very few things that have been changed, then maybe the world map has changed. Maybe the units have changed, and then I can highlight those. But as I say, if it's just at the very beginning and they basically have the same, you know, the same units available or the same world map and they've basically not changed anything else, then it might not be worth making a special feature in that regard. So that would basically be the determination about whether that would be something I'd make a video on. So again, it's not a case of worst as either, but that's actually a really interesting question. That's a really interesting question actually. So as I say, if anyone has a question about, you know, a particular mod, then I'll tell you what I think about it honestly, but I can't think of any worst ones. Oh, there was that one mod actually, now that I'm remembering it, I can't remember what it was, but it basically cloned Age of Empires gameplay. I thought that was amazing. I thought that was a super, super fun mod. I can't remember what it was called now, but I really enjoyed that. Yeah, so now I'm actually way back in the chat because I took so long to answer that. Oh no, what's the best way to become OP fast in Bannerlord, says Cameron. Okay, I'm gonna say smithing, right? Smithing, because obviously we've just done smithing for a bunch of time. I would say smithing and trading is really, really powerful. It can be really powerful, and it's going to keep you out of fighting for a significant amount of time as well. So you then have opportunities to earn enough money to be able to recruit as many people as you want. And, well, you're inevitably going to have to fight at some point, of course. But generally, for me, I would say that smithing, because money is one of the greatest things that you would want, but it is a big time investment. So the best way to become OP fast, I'd say it's probably smithing, but that is a big time investment. So fast is not really the, you know, it's not really the operative word there, which is kind of unfortunate. But Cameron, I would probably say getting as much money as possible. So doing things that are efficient. In other words, going from village to village, town to town, do as many tasks as possible, recruit as many units as possible, keep recruiting units. As long as you have a decent amount of cash, because as I say, cash is pretty much the biggest deal, because you can buy the best gear and then you can just go to town and you can level up your skills just that much faster. Because obviously if you think about archery specifically, think about archery. Noble bows, right? Noble bows. They are the best bow. Well, I think they are the best bow in the game. And you want to use this as soon as possible. That's the thing that you want to use really, really quickly if you can. And they're expensive, right? They're expensive. So that's the thing. If you can level up your archery to something like I have right here, I have, how much do I have in archery right now? I don't even know how much I have. I think I have like, what, 80 or 90 or something like that. If you have about that, you're already able to use a noble bow. So if I had the money, which I obviously don't at the moment, but if I had the money, I'd be able to buy a noble bow, and then I would be able to just go to town. I could kill so many people and get so much experience and level up so fast, because if you're on a horse as well in a battle, you're going to be leveling up so incredibly quickly. So I guess the best thing that I can say is earn enough money by doing tasks, by doing tournaments, by doing smithing, by doing mercenary. Become a mercenary as well. Becoming a mercenary is very, very lucrative, or at least I think it's very lucrative. And also make sure that you get, where is it now? Where is that thing? Is it in charm skill? Yeah, there we go. Make sure you get 25 in charm really early on, because then you can get this, which gives you 5 influence for winning a tournament. And then when you win a tournament, you gain 5 influence. And if you're a mercenary already, you're going to be gaining money from winning that tournament, apart from the fact that you've already bet on yourself and you're getting a good item as well at the same time. So generally, I would say do that. Do all of that, get enough money to be able to buy a noble bow, continue using your bow in battles and things like that when you're escorting these caravans, and then you can use this noble bow to, well, kill everything and level up really fast. Because if you're on a mount, you're going to level up really fast. Fire from really far away, get good experience through that. So that's a really good way to become overpowered fast. At least in my opinion, but obviously that's very legit. I'm talking about it's very basic in regards to how you might actually think outside the box, you know, because I'm a very straightforward kind of person, so generally I'm going to think of things that are on the level in regards to things that are outside of the box, you know, because there may be other ways, and there definitely will be, mark my words, there definitely will be other ways to make money faster than what I've already named. And I'm sure there's another way to become overpowered fast. Well, should we say much faster than what I have already mentioned. So, yeah. Anyway, that was a long explanation from me, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Okay, I was trying to be thorough. Anyway, there we go. Wonderful. Oh, Roko, you are actually from China. Wow, that's actually wonderful. Thank you so much for tuning in and for watching for 2 years. That's really nice of you. Luna says, Reformist, you're the guy when it comes to Mount and Blade on YouTube. Has Tailwords ever contacted you for anything? Well, they did contact me for the launch of Bannerlord. So they did obviously, you know, approach me for the launch stream, and they actually took my signal. They took the signal and they streamed it on the Steam page, on the official Steam page. So that's kind of cool, right? That's kind of cool. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, unfortunately, that is pretty much it. I was actually supposed to get a key for the game as well when just before it came out, so that I could, you know, pre-make content and stuff like that. But I never got that, so I had to buy it. But I don't really mind doing that because, you know, it's supporting them and everything, and so that's all very well and good, right? You know, I think that's fine. Anyway, let me see what I can do here. I'd actually like to continue my smelting, so let's get all of this out of my inventory. Thank you very much. And let me wait here for a little bit of time and answer some more people. Flippy Tune says, I've been enjoying watching your current Warband series. It's really funny when you got shot by a crossbow while you're talking. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, those kinds of things happen, and I'm on a ladder and I'm trying to get into the castle, and then I get shot from a crossbow or basically anything, you know, pretty much. And then my character just goes like, and I you know, he stumbles and he's about to fall off the ladder, and I'm just like, no, please don't. And then he does. Yeah, that kind of thing. It just grinds my gears. It does. Anyway, that is funny. Vengeance says Tailwords should use his voice. Actually, no. Tailwords should, as his voice would be great for an NPC. I actually would like to do that. I would very much like to do that. I think it would be very cool. Maybe we could, I don't know, maybe they could basically get a bunch of content creators that have been supporting the game over the years. I mean, I've obviously played, I'm doing a one-handed here like an absolute imbecile. Let's not do that. Okay, yeah, so anyway, the content creators that have supported the game over the years. I've obviously made Warband content for a long time, 8 years, right, before Bannerlord came out, and basically only Bannerlord content. So I think it would be really cool if they actually, approached a couple of content creators and basically said, hey, do you want to be in the game as some peasant? And I'll be like, yeah, I will play every peasant that you would ever want. And I will say, it's almost harvesting season, And I will say it in the exact way that, that I would try to sound like a peasant. I think that would be a lot of fun. I think that would be wonderful. So, yeah. Even if it's just a peasant, that's what I mean, That's the funny thing. I wouldn't mind literally playing the smallest part. I don't need to be a main character. I don't need to be anything. I just need to be these villagers or whatever. I think that would be super fun. But yeah, they haven't contacted me for anything apart from the whole launch stream thing. But it would be fun anyway if they did approach me for something like that. It's about 30 degrees here in Kentucky. This fire is keeping your tootsies warm. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, it seems really cold, right? It seems really cold pretty much everywhere. Maybe apart from the more tropical countries, I suppose. Fantendo, hey, nice to see you. Nice to see you again. Welcome back to the stream. Philios says, give us the top 10 mods in Warband. That would be awesome. Well, basically all the mods that I mentioned earlier, I think. But there are definitely some that I am missing out on, to be honest. I am definitely missing out on those. So I probably need to have a look at my my playlists, basically. Just have a look at my playlist, and then I should probably look and see which ones are going to be included in that. Oh, did you literally... these guys, they're trolling me right now. These guys are trolling me because I literally just sold all my prisoners, and I thought to myself, wait a minute, this is a clay village. It's probably going to have the manual laborers quest. What do you bet? And yes, it did. Isn't that wonderful? Anyway, I'm actually almost at 50. I would like to get to 50 so that I can start betting double in the tournaments. I think that would be super fun. So maybe we'll try to do that. And I kind of want to... You know what? Let's go back into Empire territory. I think that would be quite cool. Let's go over here to the Botanian villages first, though, because I would like to get some noble units once more so that we can continue leveling these guys up into Botanian Fian champions. I actually have 28 Imperial Legionaries. How did I get these? Wow. Okay, how did that happen? It's just random, it's just like, people used to ask me, how did you level up all your troops so fast? And I'm like, yeah, I just fought some of these guys. And then they're like, really? Oh, okay. And I'm like, okay, yes, I did it this time and completely randomly apparently did it, where we just have a bunch of high tier units. Not entirely sure how that happened. Frenzy says, think I'm going to go to bed as it's 4 AM here, but thanks for the great stream. We'll try and stop by more again. Yeah, no problem at all, Frenzy, and I will definitely be attempting to stream a little bit earlier. I think I will try to stream a little bit earlier for the European time zone. I think that would be kind of cool to do. It's just usually I'm not randomly around at that time, so yeah. That's usually why that happens. What days, times do you usually stream? Usually it is completely random, but I do try to stream every few days. I did stream yesterday and I am streaming today again, but that is obviously just that's just random once again. So I unfortunately cannot tell you when I will be, but I will try to do it every few days, as I say. But I hope to see you in the next one, hopefully. Ezekiel says, diplomacy, maybe. Oh, I remember that mod, I think. I don't think I ever played it, but I remember that mod. And what did it even have going on with it? Because as far as I'm aware, it was like a not safe for work thing or something like that. I actually can't remember. But yeah, I haven't played that. I gotta say I have not played that, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. Oh yeah, Paradigm Worlds. There we go. Yes, Paradigm Worlds. Team Games, Budokan 420, and Philios. You know what's going on. Paradigm Worlds. That's the one I was talking about. That was crazy. So much stuff going on in that mod. Absolutely hilarious. But that's the funny thing. It actually worked. it actually worked. Like the whole thing worked cohesively. You know, there were no major problems with it. You know, performance wise, optimization wise, you know, sort of thing. It was all working relatively decently together. And you wouldn't expect that, right? You wouldn't expect that, but it did. It was actually surprisingly good. So, yeah, I actually very much enjoyed that. Let me see here. Siege class would probably be one-handed with athletics. Siege oh wait, who do you think the most powerful... Oh, what do you think the most powerful field battle class is? I think sweeping polearm. Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. Sweeping polearm is amazing. Like, don't get me started on that. I absolutely love the sweeping polearms. They are so incredibly fun to use, and I mean, once I start using one, it becomes one of those addictions where you're just like, what? This is such an incredible weapon. I want to use this all the time, you know? It's kind of like my two-handed axe at the moment. I really like using my two-handed axe in battlefield fights. You also asked Timothy. Timothy also asked, siege classes would probably be one-handed with athletics. Yeah, I gotta say, I think yes, but I also think two-handed. I think two-handed might actually be really good too. If you're not having any worries about ranged attackers, then two-handed is really good, in my opinion. Especially considering, I think in the most recent version of Bannerlord, they have made it more possible to cleave through multiple enemies with two-handed. So that would be, yeah. I think two-handed would probably be pretty cool. But I've done all of it, actually. I've done two-handed, I've done one-handed. One of my favorite series ever in Bannerlord is a series by the name of The Duelist. And I was using a one-handed without a shield, and I concentrated on making myself as fast as possible on the battlefield. So I was basically like a missile, you know, because we had such fast movement speed that I could pretty much outrun anything, apart from obviously horses. I mean, you know, let's keep it realistic here, shall we? But yeah, it was a lot of fun to play The Duelist because I had to think, you know, a little bit outside the box because I didn't have a shield, didn't have the killing potential of... I mean, it did a lot of damage, but I didn't have the killing potential of the two-handed or anything like that. And I certainly didn't have the reach. But I wasn't actually using a horse either. So when I went onto battlefields, I'd be on my little foots, you know, be on my little footsies, you know. So that would be that would be kind of difficult, but it was a huge amount of fun. Li Jun Kun says, call me crazy, but for smithing, I feel like I have a higher chance of getting a new smithing part if I smelt weapons I don't care for. Ah, and then on the fourth attempt, I will smelt a weapon I'd want a part for, and it feels like I get a higher chance of getting new parts. Oh, really? Huh. Oh, well, right now, I'm basically just smithing random stuff. So that's pretty much what I'm going for. Fantendo says the Northern Empire has had no thieves and mostly mercenaries in their faction, yet they still want me to pay. Oh no. Yeah, that happens. They still want you to pay them for peace. Yeah. That is definitely something that I think should be corrected or worked on by Tailworlds. I think that would be a lot of fun to try and make that a little different, because as it stands right now, the diplomacy in the game is a bit rough, and if you install the mod diplomacy, if you actually install diplomacy, then you're probably going to have more slightly better options, shall we say. But yeah, it's a bit rough sometimes. I feel your pain indeed. Smithing is too much work for me. I just use the best weapons I can buy. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. That's a good way to go. But for money making, sometimes smithing can actually be really good. From what I can tell, because I obviously, as I say, I'm not a big fan of smithing usually, but it has helped me quite a bit to make money. Hilariously enough, I could be making so much more money. I'm not making money right now from smithing, but whenever I create these two-handed swords and everything, I could literally sell them for about 2,000 each time. So it's really surprisingly good, or at least I think it's surprisingly good. Anyway, I'm just going to mark this village here because there are nobles available here too. Let me just continue with the comments here. YOLO, do you have any pets? And if you do, what animal are they and what's their name? Yeah, I do have one pet. It is a dog. It is a dog, indeed. It is a Yorkshire Terrier. But yeah, apart from that, I definitely agree that most shortcomings in mods are mostly of lack of time and polish. I feel Warband was super underrated in most of its life cycle. The mod community... oh, yeah. Absolutely, Goo Dry. Absolutely. I absolutely agree with you 100%. The modding community is so incredible. It really is. It's the same thing with games like Skyrim as well, because Skyrim in general, the amount of improvement that the game has had and the amount of longevity that you see from mods is crazy good. So yeah, it's really helpful. In terms of strongest combat gameplay style, it is horse archery. I think horse archery definitely does have the most mobility and is more than likely going to get you through the hardest of fights. So you don't actually have to get into melee range. But if you use like a, I don't know, if you use like a sweeping polearm and then you have a bow and then you have 2 quivers, you're going to be pretty strong. But obviously no shield or anything like that. Wait a minute. Greetings from the UK. You should check out the Last Kingdom TV show, top tier show, Saxons versus Vikings, mostly historically correct as well. Pure Mount and Blade vibes. Ah, yeah. I think you told me. I think you told me about this before. I think you said in the previous stream you were saying that you had mentioned it before, and I missed the message. But now I've seen it. Oh yes, now I have seen it. And yeah, it's nice to see you again, Joe. So yeah, I will definitely be checking that out. Where do you watch that, by the way? Is it like on Netflix, or is it on Amazon, or where is it? I don't know. Alchem Cannon. Hey, 2 nights in a row, or am I going crazy again? Yeah, it is actually 2 nights in a row. This is a rarity, isn't it? Indeed, this is a rarity. But yeah, I just thought, hey, you know what? I just had so much fun, and I have some time. Let's do it. Let's just go straight on in here and see what we can do. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm seeing how far we can get with our wonderful little smithy guy here. And oh dear. Okay, Botanian Scout, please kill this. Please kill him. Okay, this is problematic. Okay. Oh no! No! Oh, you imbecile! I'm gonna teabag my own teammate right there, because he literally didn't even switch to his melee. Did you see that? He didn't even switch to melee. He just allowed this fellow to wail on him the entire time. I don't even know why they do that sometimes. Oh well, never mind. It's absolutely fine, because we are achieving victory. Wonderful. Okay. That was funny. Alright, Noble Bow, Manavliaton, and 2... oh, yeah. 2 bags of arrows is the way to go. Yeah, absolutely Vengeance. I think that is... that is actually a wonderful polearm. I really enjoy using that polearm. I think it is one of the best. Because it actually doesn't become completely unusable in close quarter situations. And you can use it on horseback too, so it's really nice. Major Doobie says, hey man, I've been watching for years and always loved your gameplay commentary. This is my first stream I've seen from you. Happy to be able to show support tonight. Oh, that's really nice. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate seeing you here. And welcome to the stream. Hopefully I'll be able to see you in future ones as well. And I will remember you, indeed. I will remember you. I generally do tend to remember people if they say a bunch in the chat. But yes, otherwise, speak to Caravans for tips on trading for profit. Oh yeah, that's actually something that I always forget to do. I should really do that more often. Reese's Withered Spoon. James, have you watched House of the Dragon? Yes, I have. I have watched every single episode. I've watched all 10. I think there are 10, right? Yeah, there are 10. Yeah, and I do... yes, I am into fantasy and high fantasy as well. Yes, absolutely. I like D&D, so... you know, I'm into all that. Zero says you could see if you could do voice acting for a mod or something as well. I have actually been in a mod. You know that. I have actually been in a mod, Zero. I did the initial intro voiceover for the Bones of Rangvald. If you remember that mod. The Bones of Rangvald, right? Is that what it's called? I think it's called the Bones of Rangvald or something like that, if I'm saying it correctly. Because sometimes I mispronounce it really badly, but yeah. Yeah, so I have actually been in a mod, and that's a Warband mod, if you don't know. But yeah, I have been in that. I was in that, and I'd like to be in more. Actually, I would like to be in more. I just don't get approached. You know, it's not it's not through any lack of you know, intention on my part. I just don't get approached from people. Timothy, hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much for becoming a member of Reformia, and you are indeed now going to have that wonderful icon by the side of your name, and it is going to upgrade the longer you stay as a member. And eventually you'll get one of these wonderful golden crowns, the golden crown that Grimaldus was showcasing earlier in the chat. And yeah, it actually, I think it actually shows. It should show how long you've also been a member as well in comments too, so that's pretty cool. And you can also use the emoji too, but do bear in mind that the emoji are currently very small in terms of their size, because I apparently made them, well, I apparently have them too small, so I will try to do something about that. I'll try to rescale them. Botanian Raider, save me. Save me, Botanian Raider. Wow, shoot, wow. Anwin was an absolute monster right there, okay. Yeah, this is problematic. Oh, yeah, there we go. Never mind. Not too problematic now. Oh, hello, Botanian Raider. You apparently just absolutely beasted everyone there. Okay, that was really nice. Yeah, Duelist series was epic. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I loved it. Rudra Jr., hello from India. Hope everyone is doing well. Hey, nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Oh, Rengor just lost a 1300 versus 1000 army battle, so now I'm back to square one. What? That is an incredible ratio. That's an incredible amount of people too. I mean, were you on the? You had the 1300, right? How did you lose that? It must have been the troop quality, right? Must have been troop quality of your allies' troops or something like that. I mean, I can assume that you're with allies right there, right? Oh no, this is bad. Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm actually fine. Whew, that was a bit close. That was a bit close for my liking. Just had to go all out, you know. Just had to go really, really all out. Let me see here. There's a little delay, but yeah, I agree. Two-hand is definitely overpowered. And yes, I know the Duelist series, one of my favorites. I get it. Okay, all right. Yeah, there is a little delay. I actually do have the latency, the low latency option ticked on my settings, so I should be able to. Well, you should be able to hear me, but I am very far back in the comments. I'm trying to respond to as many people as possible, but yeah, it's a little bit difficult. A little bit difficult to do that. Flippy Tunes, good night. Thanks for the stream. You said, hey, good night, sleep well, and hope to see you in the next one. Zirak says, loving the streams, playing side by side with you on console. That's awesome. Great. I'm really pleased to hear that. Hopefully you're doing well and you're not getting taken prisoner in the first 20 minutes like I did. Not of this stream, of course, but of the general campaign. And there we go. I actually leveled up. Wow. Okay, that's pretty incredible. All right. Rudra says, I have been watching and enjoying your content for a long time. I started playing Mount & Blade even before Warband, the classic Mount & Blade. Keep up the good work. Oh, wow. Yeah, so you're a really, really big fan of the franchise in general, and I very much appreciate your support over the years. I really do. And I hope you'll be able to check in on some of the other streams in the future too. That's going to be a lot of fun too. All right, so let me actually just do this this escort merchant caravan quest. This is going to be pretty useful for us because I'm wanting to fight as many raiders as possible. The more that I can fight raiders, the more I can get the smithing opportunities. There are so many here. Also, by the way, I do have a horse that I have 2 horses that I can sell. Look at this. I can literally sell this for 31,000. Boom, there you go. Done. Look at that. 31,000 in literally no time at all, and I didn't have to do anything. And that's the reason why it's probably a good idea to do some tournaments. That's the reason why I said, hey, do some tournaments. But yeah. So that's a good way to make money as well. Casey says, I haven't seen the Duelist series, but I'm def going to now. Sounds amazing. Yeah, I think it's really good. I liked it a lot. I loved the character build. I thought the character build was so incredibly fun. So yeah, do check that out. Oh, it's on Netflix. Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Joe. It's in King Alfred's era. Ah, okay. Thank you very much. Okay, they're actually being attacked. Oh yeah, I'm just looking at chat and I'm just completely ignoring that this caravan is being attacked. Oh yeah, it's just like, you know, I just go up to the caravan afterwards and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at my, ye olde chat window. Yes, indeed. Lots of people make and use polearms like the War Razors, etc. Why not the Romphalia? I actually have no idea. Is it a good idea to make the polearms in the smithing? Maybe it's a better idea to make that rather than the two-handed swords? I'm not entirely sure. Zero says, oh yeah, I didn't remember the mod, but I do remember that you had done that. That's why I thought it'd be great if you had an opportunity to do it again. Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be quite fun. So I need to download. So I need to download the Bones of Rangvald and try to find you in it. Well, that's the thing. I'm at the beginning. All right, I'm at the beginning. My my voiceover is at the very start, in the introduction. I don't know whether I think I did okay. I think I did an okay job, but you know me. I generally am a little bit self-deprecating when it comes to these kinds of things. So generally, I, you know, may think that it wasn't as good as it could have been, but maybe that was just because I was nervous or something like that. I don't know, but maybe it's good. I don't know. But yeah, it's in the introduction, so you basically just have to start it up and then you can hear me, and I basically just, you know, talk about the lore of the mod and do the story so far kind of thing, and what's going on, the background story and so on. So yeah, it's pretty easy to find. You don't need to go searching for it or anything like that. So it's easy. Spartanian says, hey everyone, just wanted to say real quick, I feel this guy deserves some likes. Okay. Thank you very much. So please take the time to give him a thumbs up. Oh, that's real. I appreciate that. Hey, I appreciate that a lot, because that does help me out actually a lot. But I generally don't like to say that kind of thing. Sometimes I will, but you know. But I appreciate you putting in that effort for me, Spartanian. That's very nice. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell I'm getting like, you know, just good overall good vibes. Just overall good vibes going on here. Oh, Ghost Y. Oh, you have opened a wonderful Pandora's box right there, Ghost Y. Because my favorite sport is basketball. Yes, my favorite sport is basketball. I bet you never thought that. I did talk about that in a previous stream as well, but yeah, my favorite sport is basketball. Yeah, indeed, that Battanian Raider is hired. I wish I could get him, actually, yeah. I wish I could get him. You're the main reason I ended up playing the Mount and Blade games because of your playthrough, says Madman. I'm really pleased to hear that. It is an extremely fun experience, is it not? And hopefully you're having some fun, actually, playing some of the mods as well. Let me see here. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. No, Grimaldus. You put in, yeah. See, it is way too small, right? Yeah, I think we can agree that the oh my and the other emoji is way too small. So I'm gonna need to scale that up really much. Yeah, that's gonna be much more useful. But yeah, don't worry about that. So yeah, if you are a member, you do get those little emoji, but they are very little as it is right now. But I will be, as I say, remaking them and putting them a little bit larger so that they look just that much better for those of you that are members. And yeah, let me see. With all of your accumulated experience, how long do you think it would take you to speedrun Clan Tier 4 and start a new kingdom? Oh yeah, I know that is actually a what is it now? A category in speedrun, the speedrun community, right? You know, what is it? Kingdom, not kingdom percent. Is it kingdom percentage? Yeah, I think it's kingdom percentage. or a kingdom any percentage or any or something like that. I don't know. I'm very you know, on the fringe of the speedrunning community, but yeah, I think it's probably like kingdom percentage or something like that. Anyway, how long do you think it would take me? It depends. Let me have a look here. It depends. Let me see. Renown. Are you talking about in game, or are you talking about like how many days in game, or are you talking about how long it takes in real life? Once you've answered that, then I will give you a more adequate answer, I guess. Bob, hello there. Hey, nice to see you again. Welcome back to the stream. And this is the second day in a row that we're doing this. Yeah, your favorite era is 50s to 80s. Larry Bird, the best, and the 90s. Oh, yeah. I completely understand that. 100%. I completely understand that. Ghost Y. They were amazing. Like Larry Bird and oh, who else do we have there? The Mailman, right? Mailman. What's his name again? Carl. Is it Carl? Carl? Is it Carl? See, now I'm forgetting all the old names. As soon as as soon as anyone mentions it, I'm just like, yeah, no, I just completely forget everything that has been mentioned ever before. Yes, Carl Malone. There we go. Yes, the Mailman. There we go. Yeah, that's it. And then obviously you had. Oh, who else do you have? Who was the guy that leads in assists? The guy that leads in assists from the Utah Jazz. He was with Karl Malone. I can't remember his name now. Who was that guy? Oh, I can't remember his name. Kobe Bryant, absolutely. Of course, you know, RIP to him, obviously. John Stockton, indeed. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, the assist master right there. Yeah, he had, yeah, whew, yeah, that was just crazy. Yeah, John Stockton, absolutely. Yeah, Michael Jordan, yeah, he's one of my favorites as well. Generally, all those guys, absolutely crazy amounts of skill coming in from there. But yeah, Larry Bird basically would just do whatever. He just would do whatever he wanted at any time. And his trash talk was always really funny as well, because he would just basically be like, you know, I'm gonna score on you right here in this next play to this guy, and then he would do it. You know, it was just very, very funny. Okay, wait, what did you say? Weaslow, you said real life speedrun. Okay, I'm not actually sure. It'll probably take me a couple of hours. I'm probably going to say 2 to 3 hours, maybe, if I'm super concentrated on getting renown. Because if I get all the renown perks, it would probably take me 2 to 3 hours, maybe. I don't know. I mean, what is the average? Do you know what the average is? The average of kingdom percentage? If you tell me that, then I might be able to give you a more accurate thing. I wouldn't know. But yeah, Wilt Chamberlain. Oh yeah, yeah. People say he was an alien. You know, people think that he was an alien and he went back to his planet because he was just so incredibly ahead of his time. Bill Russell, obviously legendary, winning so many rings with the Celtics. Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, absolutely, with the Lakers, of course. Yeah, they were legends, absolute legends, right there. Bill even coached the Celtics while he played. Oh, wow. And we're going to go back in here. I'm just going to auto-resolve this, actually. I'm just going to auto-resolve it so we can get more prisoners, potentially, and more experience as well. But, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I used to know a little bit more, maybe, about the NBA because I was a bit more in tune with it. But as it stands right now, I'm just like, you know... Oh yeah, you're probably actually you're talking about Ghost Y, to be honest. You're probably talking to Ghost Y. Yeah. Sorry. I actually thought you were talking to me. Well, whatever the case, yeah. Yeah, I did know quite a bit more in the past, but as I say, I'm a bit out of tune with it at the moment because I haven't watched for the last 2 seasons, which is kind of sad, but maybe I'm going to be able to do that sometime soon. Madman says, when I started watching you was years and years ago, and Mount & Blade was the first game I bought when I finally got a PC. Also, are you going to get into that new Lord of the Rings mod they are making? Yes, absolutely, I will be, yeah. Kingdoms of Ardor is one of the things that I'm very much looking forward to. It is going to be so incredibly fun. It really is. So incredibly fun to actually delve into the Lord of the Rings world once again. Because last Days of the Third Age was one of my favorites from Warband, and if it's any bit like that, it's going to be great. It's going to be so, so fun. But yeah, Weaslow, I think it would probably take me, as I said, it would probably take me 2 to 3 hours, maybe, but I don't know what the averages are. So if the average, not many stats on the Speedrun website, but the average on Freebooter is about an hour. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, so it would probably take me much slower than that. So I'd say probably... I'd say probably 2 hours. I don't know. I haven't actually tried. That's the thing. I haven't actually tried. So I would have to do some practice runs, obviously. I'd have to try pretty hard to kind of get the best route and get the best strategy going and stuff. But yeah, I think it would probably be 2 hours. Yeah, probably be about 2 hours or something like that. But as I say, that's a very, you know, yeah, kind of loose estimate, shall we say. Yeah, anyway, yeah, so I would probably say, you know, probably 2 hours. It very much depends on if I get a good strategy. That's the main thing there. Get a good strategy and get a good source of renown as well. So, for example, you know, fighting a bunch of bandits and things like that. Yeah, so something like that. You just started watching the Blood for Land playthrough, and it's pretty interesting. Yeah, absolutely, Bob. Yeah, I love the Blood for Land mod. That was the one that was the Age of Empires. You know, had the Age of Empires, you know, mechanics and things like that. I always thought that was extremely enjoyable. Captain Rex says, what's the goal of this character? Well, the goal of this character is actually to earn as much money as possible, and then to eventually create our own faction. Because obviously, by the time that we actually create our own faction, we will hopefully have seen a number of other factions start to crumble under the weight of their own wars and things like that. And then we might even be able to just create something straight up. And I'm thinking maybe something like Tile, for example. Look at this. It's currently under rebellion. Might be really fun for us to go over there and take that. But obviously not right now because we don't have a strong enough army for that. I'm definitely going to have to be, you know, Clan Tier 4 or something like that to be able to do it. But yeah, that would be... that's basically the goal, pretty much. Just creating our own faction and trying to, you know, trying to conquer as much as possible. Weaslow says, love your videos, by the way. I get a lot of build ideas from you. First time catching a stream. I'm big into Mount and Blade role-playing. Oh, that's great. That's actually awesome because, as I say, I try to come up with some unique things and some fun themes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's always nice to hear. We challenge you to knock out a speedrun in one stream. You know what? I might be able to. If I get a good strategy, I might be able to try that, but I wouldn't be able to interact as much. So if you don't mind that, then, you know, maybe I would. Yeah, maybe I wouldn't mind giving it a go. I think that might be quite cool. So yeah, I might try it. But as I say, got to get a good strategy. What's your favorite position in basketball? Mine center, because that's what I play. Oh, how tall are you? You must be extremely tall. Wow. And small forward because of Larry. I like shooting guard and I like small forward. Point guards can be fun too because I really like Steve Nash. Oh, you're 6'3". Wow, you are massive. Yeah, I am much shorter than you. Let's just say that. Yeah, but yeah, that's the point. I like Steve Nash a lot, so point guard is some there, you know, but I kind of like shooting guard, small forward, and all that stuff. But yeah, that is pretty cool. In my current lightly modded playthrough, in Year 3, Sturgia has almost been wiped out between Northern Empire and Crusade. Oh wow, they stood no chance. Yeah, that is really that's a great thing indeed. Yeah. Anyway, I am actually a little bit over time right here, and so I am actually gonna have to end the stream right now. but I am going to be back, probably not tomorrow, but you never know. Maybe there's going to be more random stuff going on there. Justice Fasad, Alfred, hello, and Ahmed, hello as well. I'm so sorry that I'm actually going to be heading off in just a second. And Alonso, hey man, I've been watching your Game of Thrones campaigns. Like them a lot. What about the companions of this character? Yeah, we got a bunch right now, but I'm going to be touching on that in the next stream because I'm going to be ending this one in a minute. So yeah, hopefully see you there, Alonso and Mark. And yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful talking with all of you, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one.